that was awful. And then there's a lot to like. You followed more than just the Chargers, right? You followed
for sure.
Okay,
I watch all the games.
Then we got a lot to talk about.
It was just like the problems you kind of seen them coming because we couldn't stop the run.
Oh, dude,
since the beginning, it's hard to know how that's gonna play out because Coach Staley, he's playing to not give up the big plays,
right?
Which is like let them get 10, 15 yards. Keep them in front of you, they're going to make a mistake.
Well, especially with the guys like Patrick Mahomes, it's good to like, yes, that's a great game plan for Patrick Mahomes. Like Josh Allen, like, yes, the guys who have the bigger arm. Lamar Jackson doesn't have that big arm. Like, he's good. He's a good quarterback, not going to lie. He's just that guy who, like, those 10, 15 yards will eat you up after a while. He will wear out your defense. They're missing Kenneth Murray. They're missing Drew Tranquil. Their defensive line could use another guy on
Justin Jones, too. He's hurt.
Oh, yeah, Justin Jones is hurt. I think Joey Bosa needs some help on the D-line now that Melvin Ingram's gone. I don't know. Who's their other end?
Uchenna Nwosu and
Nwosu's pretty good.
Frackel or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
We've been rotating like these like people that we don't even know.
Yeah, exactly. The people like the only reason I know the Chargers roster like I do is because I played Madden. Yeah. So you know what I mean? Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. Shit.
So yeah, the D line's just been also like underwhelming. Level Joseph hasn't lived up to the hype. Like I feel like he's just there cashing up a check, bro.
So is Brian Balaga.
Yeah,
Brian Balaga.
That has been hurt though.
Has he? Cashing a check, dude. Hey, I do the same thing. Like, I'll fucking cash a check with the Chargers.
And hey, we got the center though. He's been playing Lindsey.
Oh, yeah.
He's been balling. And then the only thing that's been surprising me about the offense is we don't even target Keenan Allen anymore. But it's like I feel like the last 3-4 seasons he was getting like 12 targets a game,
but
and now
but also like thank God Mike Williams is getting open and getting. I'm happy with the offense. The offense is, except for last game. Last game was awful.
It was just terrible.
I think we might need another running back beside Eckler. Yeah. I love Eckler, but I think we need. But Roundtree's looking pretty good. Roundtree looks good.
We need a bruising back.
Yes,
because Eckler, you have to get him in open space. That's one of the things in the beginning of the season. He was getting no targets in like the passing game. I was like, what? Last year he had like 100 catches, 100 receiving, and I think was it game 3 or 4 when he finally broke out. He had like 100 yards.
Right.
Like in the Brown game and the Chiefs game, I think too.
Yeah, we got to save some talk for.
No, we're live already.
We're live already. Oh shit! What's up? Let's fucking go. Okay, yeah. The offense looks good. I'm happy with the offense. Justin Herbert is my favorite person in the world right now. I love this man. He can do whatever he wants to be. Justin Herbert. You have a free pass with me, dude. Dude, he's just like, it's so nice to go from Phillip Rivers, who was an all-time, I think, Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer for sure.
First ballot, I don't know, but Hall of Famer for sure. And then go straight from him to Justin Herbert. Because like, you always have that fear of like, what if he doesn't pan out? What if we selected Tua instead?
Yeah.
And Tua, did you hear the news like about Deshaun Watson possibly going to Miami? Like
no.
Today, Schefter broke like, oh yeah, there's a deal in the works between Houston and Miami, and rumors that Tua might
in the package.
Tua might go to Denver.
What the damn? That's crazy.
That's crazy. I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. Well, also like with the rumors about Aaron Rodgers going to Denver, I was like, dude, my arteries could not take that. My fucking no.
I was thinking that he could also go to Cleveland, bro. Cleveland needs a quarterback.
You don't like Baker? I love me some Baker,
that
dude.
was whack, bro.
Nah, dude, I love him.
In the game against the Chargers, they have like 2-minute offense, and he's throwing like 3-yard plays. Like they wasted like a minute of the time, and they had to throw like a Hail Mary because like that fool can't throw. Like
that is true.
It's either they get 200 yards rushing, their defense gets a couple turnovers, or they're not gonna win. Like I don't see him as he's a manager.
I think right now he's an okay quarterback for what they want to do. I think this would be a good year because if they can't get past the hump now with the Chiefs looking as bad as they do, because now every team in the AFC, the Bills, the Chargers, the Ravens, the Browns, with the Chiefs being
Tennessee,
I think it's all Derrick Henry. Without Derrick Henry, the Derrick Henry show, and I love it. I love it.
That was getting like 20 yards a game, bro. Dude, you can't stop that, dude.
I know, but like it's like without Derrick Henry, if something happens to him, they're fucked.
Yeah,
they're so fucked. And like, I think that now that the Chiefs aren't as good, that every team in the AFC has is drooling right now because it's like now is our time to chance.
Everybody has an equal chance.
Like when Tom Brady went down years ago with the Patriots after the
2018 season.
Yeah, 2008. Same thing. Every team's like, this is our chance. This is our chance. Chiefs are in last place. They won't stay in last place. They will be there at the end. But now's the time to pound them.
Yeah, they don't have a deep roster. Their defense is sketch. So this is the most open the playoffs. Even on the NFC side, well, the Bucks still look fucking good too.
Tom Brady, fuck. I was talking to my friend today. He's like, "Do you think Tom Brady's gonna retire after this year?" I'm like, honestly, I have no fucking idea anymore. I have no.
He said he wants to play to 45, so that means at least next season for sure. That's like he said. And he said his plans haven't changed. Whether he wins this year, whether either he won last year, he's gonna play till 45, and then he's gonna reevaluate his life after.
Well, like you know who's doing the same? LeBron had a great night last night.
I saw some highlights.
And the same shit, like, how are you, like, still old? He's 35. He's only a couple years older than we are. But, like, how are you so old and yet still playing at the top level in the game?
But it's because, so there's a difference is, like, we grew up in that era where we have all the technology, the best medicine. Right. Now they know the workouts. And I read the Tom Brady, the TB12 book.
You did it?
So it's basically, like, he'll have a beer, and if he has one beer, he has to drink 2 cups of water. If he has this bad meal, he has to replace.
Actually
like,
smart.
He's literally like, and he drinks like a bunch of electrolytes. A lot of it was like him selling his own products. Like he sells his own electrolytes and all these equipments. But it was like he treats his body as a temple because he says that's his work. That's his.
Let me change his RAM. Sorry, my bad.
That's his. You know what it is? It's like once he ages or once he gets hurt, whatever, it's done. So he's committed 1,000%. Like he doesn't eat any like processed food. Like everything's like for him is like super strict. He does like crazy injury preventive practices where like he practices how to fall from sacks to not get hurt. Right. Like he does shit like that. Like other quarterbacks don't do that.
And also I think what helps him and LeBron the most is now the way a lot of these teams work now is like you have to have a ring. If you don't have a ring, you don't have shit. Yeah. And the idea of like, I'm going to go play with this guy and possibly get a ring. Give myself one of the best chances to get a ring ever. Like Antonio Brown got a ring. Antonio Brown probably would not have a ring if it wasn't for Tom Brady.
Now you're thinking Hall of Fame type career for him. He came back from.
It's so weird because like 3 years ago, it was like, this guy's washed up. He's out of the NFL.
He was the fastest NFL player to 900 receptions in NFL history, and he missed like 3 seasons because he was like, he's off-season issues.
He's one of those people, like, I like his on-the-field stuff. He's like, I'm like, I can't deny his talent. He's just one of those people
badass.
I'm like.
He still has that explosiveness, bro. It's crazy.
But like if the Chargers signed him, I'd be like, really? Do we really need him? Like,
hey, the Chargers almost, Tom Brady was considering the Bucks or the Chargers last season.
I'm kind of happy he didn't. Just for the fact that now we have Justin Herbert for the long term. Yeah. And I feel like.
They would have kept Anthony Lynn as coach too, so that would have been terrible.
God damn it. That would have been awful. Dude, there's literally, what's it called? There's video of me during the Bills game. Or no, the Patriots game when like the Chargers got blown out last year.
Oh my, 45-0.
Oh, 45-0 to the fucking Cam Newton Patriots. And I love Cam Newton, but still, no, like that shouldn't have happened. 45-0. And like something happened where like the Chargers had like 2 timeouts left before the half and they got the ball back and they like kneeled it. And I'm yelling at TV. I'm like, why are we going for it? They have 2 timeouts left. Ball's at like the 35 and we get the ball back at half. Just fucking go for it. Like we're down by like 20 points already. Let's just like.
That's what the new coach, Brandon Staley, so he went for it against the Ravens. We were down 18. Is the third quarter. We haven't done shit all game. Right. He went for it in his own like 30-yard line, 4th and 2. Which is like the game's over. You can't stop Lamar Jackson. Like you either have to score points, keep up with them, or just you're gonna lose the game.
I have no problem with the play calling. I like going for it on 4th. Please,
it's amazing.
Please.
I love that.
Like yes,
it's the evolution of the game.
It's like Madden. It's like Madden. And like I hate that like people are like, oh, it's like that's what's wrong with it. I'm like, no, like I would do the same shit in Madden, which is why I think I'd be a good coach. Chargers, if Brandon Staley doesn't work out, hit me up. No, because like I literally like I try to treat Madden like seriously, but sometimes I'm like, fuck it, like I don't care. Like I realized I'm really good at drunk Madden. Like there's been times where I've gotten drunk and then come home and then like
just play at night.
Just play it, and I looked at the TV one time like I'm up by 45 points right now. Holy shit! Like what's going on? Like I'm not even like
you're not thinking about the plays. You're just like I'm just trying to score.
I'm just trying to score. Fuck it.
Do you play the Ultimate Team or do you play more franchise mode?
I do franchise. Ultimate Team, I don't have the money to put in the Ultimate Team. Yeah. I don't have the money to get beat by some 12-year-old who has daddy's credit. You know, like the franchise mode more genuine, you know? Like it's like I can like trading pick. I love like my favorite thing is selling every player. Yeah. And then like building a roster of
get like the top 5 picks in the draft.
Oh yeah, like selling every player. Like I'll have the worst team possible. Like I want no player above a 70. And then I'll just build it from there. Yeah. Or like my favorite thing is I'll make the roster all white guys. It's really fucking hard. It's hard on like offense is easy.
On
like
defense.
Cornerback is the hard part. Like I did it one time and it was so bad because every corner got burned because I had to take like the worst safeties and convert them to corners. And they all got burned. Because like I don't have like the fastest guy I had was like Andy Isabella, who's like he's a pretty fast dude, but still like just no chance, no fucking chance.
Those like one-on-one balls, the all-star receivers, just
no chance. And then like
the new Madden, I hate playing against the Chiefs, bro. You can't stop Patrick Mahomes, bro.
It's so dumb,
so stupid.
Like
he'll go like a perfect.
Same thing with the Ravens. Like you can't stop it. Like you think you got it, and you're like doop doop doop. And I'm like, fuck this, dude. It's so dumb. Like I think also just Madden's just flawed in general. Like if they've dropped that college football game today, fuck, I'm never buying Madden again.
Well, then they announced they're gonna drop it. Was it next season?
They're gonna drop it next season, I think, something like that. I'm kind of following it. I'm not following it too much because like I'm like, let me see the trailer, then I'll get excited. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like once they drop that, like I had NCAA 14 and that was my shit. That was my fucking shit. I would create like the small school. I'd create like Chapman University. Yeah. Put them in the Pac-12. Like, all right, building the dynasty. Let's go.
I remember. So I played college football at COD 2011.
Right.
We had 11 guys go D1 from that team. So
that's right.
Madden, I don't know, it was 13. I think Madden 13 or 12. Those fools were on the actual game, bro.
Oh fuck yeah, that's sick. That's sick.
I remember playing with ASU because there was a D lineman.
Oh, Jake Sheffield.
He was on the game.
Yeah, I played with him on the Coyotes.
Oh, you playing the Coyotes too?
Yeah. I played. I wanted
to play there, bro. Like so after 2014 season, I hurt my knee. Were you on that team?
No, I was on it 2019. No, 2018. Yeah, 2018. 2018, I was on it, and we fucking won our championship, dude.
Well, you guys lowered the division. You know, we were playing against like the top fucking schools.
Hey, I retired on top. That was my last. Okay, so it's kind of crazy. So like the story, like I played at Shadow Hills, right? Played there, fucking opened that stadium, and then I went to COD. Went all that. I went to D2, yada. Went to COD, and then I went to the Coyotes. Like Coyotes was kind of like my like banner. I was like my expert at the time, like you're just having fun. Like, you know, I'm not trying to take it too seriously. I'm like, I knew like where I was at. I'm like, there's like the odds of me making it to the NFL, very slim, very slim. A lot of people have to die for me to make it to the NFL. And then, so I was looking at it like, you know what, this is fun. Practice 3 times a week, shooting the shit, whatever. I was playing receiver and I was like the 3rd string quarterback. The 1st string quarterback gets hurt the first game, blows his knee out, torn ACL, right? This guy was a beast. Second quarterback, he was like a Lamar Jackson type, really athletic guy, was a runner more than anything. And they said like, hey, we want you to throw it more. And he's like, okay. And then like kept running it, right? And then I was his backup, right? Because I was like, I knew the playbook. I was his quarterback in high school. They had Taylor Pope was on the team too. Oh, okay. Yeah, Taylor Pope. He was really good. He was good.
Yeah, there was a lot of locals.
Which was cool.
Former COD players.
Yeah, former COD players. And then what's it? Oh yeah. So like one game we're like, hey, we're gonna get Dom some playing time because we have it wrapped up, right? You know, we play against fucking scrubs almost. No offense.
I remember seeing the scores. You guys were going like 60-0.
Yeah, we played one team and we were just like, dude, there's
old dads and shit.
Their free safety, I swear to God, was like 5'4", like 195 pounds. It looked like a little fat Kevin Hart running around. It was one of those. He's like, oh, dude, come on, man. Anyways, so we were like, hey, we're gonna get Dom some playing time. He's like, I don't like that, and then he dipped back to Louisiana, and then
that's crazy.
That is crazy, right? And then they're like, all right, Dominic, you're the quarterback now. So and then we took him, and then we went and we played our home games at Shadow Hills, right?
Yeah.
And we had our championship game at Shadow Hills. We won the game. Back where it all started for me, and I hung up the cleats. I was like, I'm done.
That's bad.
Oh yeah, it was fun. We won, and that's all I asked for. You know.
Yeah, I got invited to go to some of the trainings, but I just, like I said, I hurt my knee, and I was like, I hurt my knee twice playing at COD. So my first year, I got a hyperextension in the knee. I was able to practice 3 weeks after that. Then I didn't have enough credits. It was a bunch of bullshit. And then by the time I came back and played, a week before the first game in August, I dislocated my kneecap.
Right.
So I missed like the first 6 games, and then I already had been through that program for like 3 years, or like 3 years, and then the trainer's like, "Oh, do you want a red shirt? Medical red shirt, or play the last 4 games like limping." I was like, "Fuck, I don't want to go through a whole year of practice again, bro. Like I've been here for forever. I just want to get it done." And I'm like, "Nah, I'll just play the last 5 games." So I ended up coming back. I even started the last 5 games. But I swear I shouldn't have played, bro. Like I was like, if you look at the game film, I was limping half the time, bro.
Dude, that was the worst.
I was a left guard.
And then like
it was cool. Like whenever I had a pull, I would change the play. I'm like, hey, no, change it left because I can't pull. Like I literally couldn't pull because my knee was fucked up. It was that bad, bro. Like every pass play, I would just take out that fool's knees and roll them, and then they'll pass the ball.
Dude, like I could not. I don't have the mental toughness to play offensive line. Like I put me out there, put me on the edge. Like I'll 1-on-1 with a corner. I can do that. Like
I love offensive line. Sometimes I miss the pain, bro. Like I miss the pain of just like the day after the game where like your shoulders are hurting, your back, like even after practice, like your fingers all smashed. Actually, I have a finger.
Oh
like
yeah, I see. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh my god.
Yeah, it doesn't even hurt. It's one. I first broke it when I was blocking somebody like a linebacker or something. Then the running back's face mask fucking smashed into the back of my hand. Like he just crashed into the hole. And then, of course, you can't quit because of a finger. You know how the coach is making practice. So
the finger, offensive lineman finger to like get.
So for like the whole season, I just kept taping it before the game, and I just kept getting hurt like randomly, like whatever you're blocking.
Oh yeah.
And then after that, it's just been broken ever since.
Dude, the worst injury I ever had to my hand was I was playing quarterback. I was in the pocket once, and I threw it through, and I went bam like that on an offensive lineman's helmet.
Ooh, the thumb.
Oh yeah, it like fucked up my thumb a little. It's kind of like a little fucked up right now. It just hurts every now and then. But like other than that, like the idea of like I played football for like 10 years. Like between I'm always since at COD, other junior colleges, fucking D2, fucking high school. I never had to take an ice bath.
You don't like ice bath?
No, I never tried it. No one ever like.
That's just fun, bro. I used to read books in the ice bath.
Really? Oh.
So like I remember, I was like. I had to do like book reports for this one class. I was like, I'm gonna save for 15 minutes. I just gotta get on this book. So I was already wasting time just sitting there. So you had to sit for 15 minutes. And then I remember like foods would walk up like this was all reading. Like all these foods would be like listening to music. I was just like used to it because in high school too, we didn't have the cool ice machine that they had at COD, but we had a ghetto little kids pool.
Oh,
and then we bring ice. The coaches would bring ice.
I remember it was just a trash can and just full of ice and just sitting there. Oh, are you a reader still?
Mostly Audible.
Mostly Audible. I wish I know how to read. I just don't read a lot. It's just hard because like it's like
Audible's the way to go, bro. Have you tried it?
It's one of those things like I kind of wish if I was to read. No offense, but I want to read it. You know what I mean?
Actual physical. reading.
I feel like smarter because like I listen to a lot of podcasts though. I love podcasts, obviously. Like podcasts are cool. It's just like between podcasts, all the shows we're supposed to watch. Like, you haven't seen NFL this show?
Highlights.
Like, I still haven't seen Squid Games. I haven't finished Squid Games.
Bro, Squid Games is a great show. I'm obsessed with that show.
I'm the second episode in. I really like it. It's just one of those. Are you subs or dubs?
Subtitles.
Subtitles? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm listening to it the dubs.
The only time I listen dubs is cartoons.
Cartoons?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cartoons is always in English. I can't.
I did the dubs the first episode, and I was like, oh, I should listen to it with the subs the second episode. And then their voices sounded different. I'm like, nah, I don't like it. You know what I mean? And now that I'm watching with the dubs, I just feel more racist watching it because I feel like it's like such like a white thing to do to watch it. Like, no, I don't want to read.
It doesn't matter. It's just as long as you get the gist of the show.
No, I'm just being critical of myself. I overthink things. I'm like, I can watch dubs. Who fucking
Dude, that show's amazing, bro.
It's really good.
It gets better and better.
It's just one of those things I'm like, it's mentally taxing. I'm like, oh. Like this girl's gonna bring me down even more than I am.
I don't know what it is about that show, but I've been watching. So I watched the show like I don't binge watch shows where it's like I watch the whole thing in one season or one sitting. I do like 1 or 2 episodes at night when after work. When I'm done with my day. It took me like maybe a week to finish it. And then after that, I've been obsessed just watching YouTube videos behind the scenes. People, I even watch fucking people react to the show because I'm like, oh, what are they gonna reaction to the end of that?
Oh, dude, that same. Have you ever watched that show, Bojack Horseman?
I've seen a few episodes, but I've never seen the full series.
It's one of those shows that gets really like the more it gets into it, it's really good and really well written and deals a lot with like depression and like kind of some heavy subjects. And I watched like YouTube videos talking about like essays talking about like instead of watching other shows I could watch, I've watched 35-minute essays about it. Yeah. And I'm like, this is the fucking shit, dude. I love this shit.
Love that type of shit when they break down. I'm obsessed with YouTube. Bro, I watch like, so I don't watch as many shows. Squid Game, for some reason, I saw it like the trailer just intrigued me because I was like, what the fuck? That sounds crazy. Like the setup like seemed insane. And I was like, let's watch it. And it was like in the top 10.
Right.
And then we watched it and then like I didn't watch it when it first came. I watched it maybe 2 weeks in, but then the last like 2-3 weeks is just so mainstream now. Right. It's crazy, bro.
No, I saw before anybody was talking about it. Like anybody, I saw a Twitter clip of like the red light green light game.
Yeah,
I saw it and people was like, "This looks fucking wild," and I was like, "What the fuck is this? Like this looks crazy." Like I literally saw the whole clip of the red light green light game. I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. I have no idea who these people are. The things in Korean, like what's going on, and then like 2 weeks later, biggest show in the world. Like white Vans sold out everywhere.
Oh, I know the Adidas, like the green shit went up like 300%. I saw a bunch of reports.
It's crazy. I'm like, you guys just found out about Vans. Vans are sick, dude. I love Vans.
They have like a bunch of like there's like airports and all, or like different countries that are doing like little challenges about it too. Yeah, Mr. Beast talked about it.
That's kind of weird. I don't know, but like that.
Mr. Beast is doing a challenge. Have you seen some of Mr. Beast's videos?
No, I haven't seen Mr. Beast videos.
He's probably the biggest YouTuber. Like he averages like 50 million views an episode.
I know. I just don't watch his video. Like it's what, like I said, like there's like the only people I watch on YouTube right now are these two guys that talk about like news and stuff. The Internet Today, they talk about news. They talk about like just like stuff going on. And then this other guy just talks about like Madden and like shit like that. They do like, I made a team full of fucking I traded everybody. I made a team of all white guys, all short guys, all tall guys, all fat guys.
Yeah,
it's just fun like that. And I'm like, this is fun. I like this.
I watched some of those videos too.
Right?
Yeah, they're like making what if you put all the quarterbacks in one team?
Exactly. Like how what if you made all like we have a 12 overall offensive line because Tom Brady's our center or some shit like that.
Those are fun. I watched those basketball ones too.
Oh, the basketball ones?
The basketball ones. I don't know the channel, but I remember I was watching like a bunch of stuff. Like what if LeBron played with like the Bulls team, or what if like Kobe re-simulating his career, but what if he never got traded to the Lakers? Like shit like that. Like that'll be like people's careers just like crazy.
I love a good what if. Like especially in the NFL. The NFL, like I'm a huge NFL guy. Like the what ifs. Like what if Marlon McCree didn't fumble? That fucking
dude, don't even remind me of this spot. So
someone brought it up the other day. I'm gonna go cry, dude. Like I can't do this.
That's one of the reasons why I think Phillip Rivers. So the case for Phillip Rivers, he has to be the unluckiest quarterback in NFL history.
Yeah,
unluckiest quarterback.
Yeah,
and if you're not a Chargers fan, people always say, "Oh, he always threw an interception," or there was a turnover at the end of the game, and he underachieved because he was part of great teams, but. He literally kept the Chargers in the game for so many years, like a decade of just like bad teams, terrible coaching staff, and literally the worst luck. Like
I think Brandon Staley's the best coach the Chargers have had since they fired Schottenheimer.
Schottenheimer, yeah.
And it's not even a contest because fuck Norv Turner. Who was the guy after Norv Turner?
Mike McCoy.
I was like,
the worst, bro.
I was like, was it Ken Wisdom? He was the offensive coordinator. I was like, who was this guy? It was like just
so we hired him because Peyton Manning had like 55 touchdowns, but it's like it wasn't Mike McCoy. It was Peyton Manning.
It was Peyton Manning, one of the greatest of all time.
With an amazing defense, was giving them the ball like that. Von Miller on his prime, that defense was giving Peyton Manning like 3 and outs for the other offense. So Peyton Manning has so many reps to just start slinging it.
I used to hate Peyton Manning with a passion.
Me too. He was the most hated quarterback.
Now I fucking love him. Have you seen the show Peyton's Places?
Yeah,
that show is phenomenal. It's so good. Like I love like that show, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. One of my favorite TV shows.
I've seen a lot of episodes.
I watch that. Like that's when when I'm sad, put that on. I'm like, yes, like that's my happy place right there.
What's up? So okay, let's talk about comedy. Glad you brought it up. I will continue throughout this episode about the Chargers.
Well, the Chargers will be a constant theme. Constant theme.
So comedy. What's like the comedy scene here in the desert?
It's growing. It's getting really good. There's a lot of guys with talent, and there's a lot of guys who are like dedicated and showing like, hey, this is what I want to do, and I'm taking this seriously. And I'm not gonna fuck around. Like I was out in Orange County doing comedy, and there's a few people who in the comedy scene out there who do the same material, the same night every time. Like I'd be sitting at the bar, like the same show, the same fucking audience is there too, because we're all comedians trying to get time up. We'd all like I would sit there and like recite their jokes for them. Like because it's just constantly. Yeah. But out here, like there's because there's so few comedy shows, the audience is always new people. Like so I can do not the same material, but I can try new things and I can try that. And all these comedians here too are also trying those new materials, and like we're pushing the envelope too, which is really cool because like you can see the guys who are like you see the guys finding their voice. And you have the guy who does this, the guy who does that, and it's really cool. We need to, mostly dudes, sadly. Like we need to mostly straight white dudes. We need to diversify a little bit, but that's not our fault. We're trying our best.
How do you get into comedy? Like when do you decide I'm gonna try it? What was like your process? You've probably been a fan of comedy for a long time.
Right.
Like what was that like?
the first comedian I ever fell in love with was Jim Gaffigan. I used to do like the Hot Pockets joke, and I used to always say that to all my friends. And I showed a lot of my friends this guy, and they thought he was fucking hilarious. And then I fell down a rabbit hole. I got into like comedians, like I got into Chappelle, Bill Burr. My favorite comedian is Kyle Kinane. Kyle Kinane is one of the best comedians out there. If you don't know him, you should go look him up. And then like slowly I realized, I'm like, you know what? Like I like okay, so I volunteer at a summer camp, and there's this thing where we have like a campfire every night, and we always like write skits and like have the kids write and perform skits. And I was like, this is so much fun writing this fucking stupid skit for these kids to do, perform in front of the audience, and like seeing the joy and the laughter is so much fun. I'm like, you know what? This would be cool to do forever.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm like, SNL would be the coolest fucking place to work for. And I was like, what's an easy way I can get into SNL? I have a problem with school and college in general. Like, you know, like sitting in the classroom, like, oh, yeah. Like I have shit I have work. I can't, like, you know, I'm getting too old for this shit, you know? So like, I was like, what if I do stand up? Because I know like Pete Davidson did stand up and made it on SNL. Like other comedians have done stand up and made it on SNL. So I'm like, okay, let me try this. And then I tried. And then, so when I was out here before COVID, everything happened. I was here. I'm like, I don't want to try. I saw the Hood Bar in Palm Desert, California, had the open mic. I was like, I don't want to do the open mic and have my first time doing comedy be in front of people I know. Yeah. Because that's so personal and it's such a fucking trip. So luckily I moved out to Orange County. I just moved out there just for school and stuff. Like my girlfriend was going to UCI at the time. So I moved out there and they live a lot more like nobody knew who I was. Nobody knew who the fuck I was. Nobody gave a fuck about me. So there was a place called the Amazing Comedy Theater, which is like a little like small room, about like 40, 50 seats. And every night they have an open mic. $5, you go up, you go 5 minutes. No, like, it's like so like, it's just such a nice little scene. I'm getting like nervous talking about it. Oh my God. Oh, let me get like scoot closer. The Amazing Comedy Theater. So I went up, I had like my material, I had every joke, like, I don't know how much of a stand-up fan, but I literally had every line I was going to say written down like a script. And my ex at the time, she's like, I don't know if you're ready. Like, you should like practice more. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to fucking do it. Like the worst time is going to be the worst. Or the first time is going to be the worst time ever. Just by like stance of like, I'm so nervous. Like nerves, fucking, I keep forgetting. Like nerves and just being like, I've never done this before. Like I had no
public speaking.
Public speaking was never an issue for me. Like I took public speaking class at COD. I like at that camp, I was used to talk in front of the whole camp. It's just trying to get that timing of like, here's a joke. You're supposed to laugh now. You know, like that, like there's a punchline. And like, I swear to God, for that 5 minutes, that first 5 minutes I ever did comedy, I don't think I stopped to get people to laugh. I don't think I fucking breathed. I don't think there was a laugh. There couldn't have been. If you were there, like I know there had to be people who were there who know who I am today. And I really hope, like I wish I recorded it because it would have been fucking cool to record it and look back on it. But anyway, so from there, and then like as soon as like I'm the type, comedians are weird because we're so in our own heads. We can have the worst set and just be like, next time will be better. We can literally go up there and no one laugh at a fucking word. And then be like, next time, I got him next time. Next, it's like a baseball. Like baseball, you can strike out, you can whiff at every fucking pitch and then be like, I got it next time.
You like a goldfish.
Exactly. You gotta have short-term memory. Because like, you know, like especially like in Orange County or another place, cities, you can do multiple sets in a night. Or even the desert. Desert's starting to get like that where you can do multiple sets in a night. But sadly, like there's only like one night a week you can do that. Like Orange County and LA, you can do that.
We're here in the desert. I know there's a hood. I remember they were doing stuff like in 29 Casino or no more.
They are. That's more of like, so I don't know
established comedians.
That's more of like an established comedian. They're not gonna let fuck around on the mic and like try shit.
That's
like,
stupid though. They should.
Dude, I hit them up on Instagram. I don't know if I can say this, but I hit them up on Instagram. Like, hey, like if you have if you ever want like local guys to open, or, like, you know, I'm not saying like give us the headlines. Like, yeah, I
just openers. Give us 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Give us time, and they didn't message me back.
That's
I've been like, you know what, like, oh, dude, like I wish I've tried finding like an email or something. Like,
how do you deal with Do you record now every single set you do?
I record every set. Every set I go.
Do you do film study, bro? Like back.
Oh, not film study, more audio study. Because filming, I always find it weird setting up my, like I've done like set up the tripod and stuff like that. And sometimes I look like shit because I just get off of work and I go straight on stage. You know, I'm like, yeah. Most of it's just audio.
It was not for. Well, one, have you seen the Andrew Schultz strategy?
No, I haven't. What's his strategy? I know
so
who he is.
He even did a TED talk about it. I watched it. So he blew up by just posting on YouTube his joke. So he would post like, so he was he did it. He was one of the first ones to do it in that kind of thing that all the comedians do now. So back in the day, everybody would trying to like be private about their work and then just trying to do that, sell that special to HBO or Netflix or Hulu, whatever. So he's like, you know what? When I watch comedy on YouTube, I'm looking for specific jokes. I'm switching from this comedian to this comedian. So he realized I just got to do 3-minute fucking jokes and post them on my channel. 3 minutes, 2 minutes, like the funny moments with the crowd. And then out of nowhere, like he just kept blowing up. Some videos went viral.
Right.
So now a lot of comedians do that. So now for example, just one joke, it really hits. You don't got to post, like, let's say you have a 10-minute set. 3 of the jokes don't hit as hard, but you have the one that's badass. You post that on your channel, and then just keep doing it every time you do that set. So over time, your shit gets recommended to more people, and you don't need that barrier to entry. You don't need to, like you said, move to LA to go to all these comedy stores because the internet could give you that openness.
I've been doing that lately. Like whenever I record visually, I do try to do that. Like I do try to like pick out like little bits of like, okay, like, but like I'm such a perfectionist. Like it's not perfect and I don't put it up. Even though I'm a fucking open micer in the desert. Like nobody, like if it's not perfect, no one's going to fucking judge me. I'm not fucking Bill Burr. I'm not Andrew Schultz. I'm not these big names where it has to be like perfectly and tight. I think me just trying it and putting it out there is crazier than anything. You know what I mean?
But people like that though.
Oh yeah.
As you get better over time too, you'll have the progression. This is you 2021. These are your jokes 2022, 2025, 2028. You know, like 10 years down the road, you're gonna be a fucking master.
Oh, dude,
that's
like,
what I mean. It's just like,
you should, like I said, like I took a year off because of COVID, a year and a half, and like just like from that set, I did that my last time because I started recording. I heard a comedian say they can record everything. Because there you hear the taglines. Because like I know some comedians don't record everything, and I don't know how to do it. My mind doesn't work like that. Like I need to hear like, what was that tagline? Did they laugh at that joke? Did they laugh more than I thought they laughed? Or was I laughing at my own joke? And I didn't hear anybody. I didn't hear the fact that nobody was laughing. I was too busy laughing at my own shit. It's like I like knowing what I just said, you know, and then I can think back like, okay, that is funny. I should remember that. Oh shit. Okay, I gotta remember put that there. And like one of my favorite things listening to just comedians talk about how they write. It's so fascinating. Like if you ever listen to like a comedy podcast when it's 2 comedians and they talk about the writing process, so interesting. Because some comedians like I don't record shit. Some comedians I record everything. Some comedians like I write nothing down. I go up there blind. Some comedians are like, oh, I go up there with like my set. Like like my joke book. I travel with most places I go, I have my notebook. My notebook isn't like my jokes I'm writing down. It's the jokes I've already thought of how it's like a set list. Like I have like my joke, like, okay, I want to say this one. I want to say this one. I want to say this one. Like some of them, they'll just say like one, I think I remember it said like 9/11, Disneyland, something about fucking, well, I had another fucked up joke. Oh, I had one about school shooting. You know, like you fucking, it just,
just bullet points and you know the joke based on the bullet point.
Like I said, like it says like, oh, blah, 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 fucking school shootings. I'm like, oh, I know what I'm gonna say right now. I'm gonna offend half the crowd right now. Let's go. You know, and like but I keep all my joke, like all the ideas I have a Google Docs. Like I will literally pull my phone out and like write it on my Google Doc when I like think of it. Like I will fucking be driving and
have
to type in like,
just do the voice, bro. Just be like,
I tried that and it worked a little bit. I was doing that more during COVID when I would drive to work and I'd be like, blah blah blah. Like why do fucking black people? No, like, it'd be like, and I tried it and like I felt like my tone wasn't as genuine as me trying it out for the first time in front of it. Like I'll repeat it back to myself in the car, but I try to like, I don't know. I like doing it more like if I really can't type, then yes, I will run somewhere. Like say, like yeah, most of the time I just write it down. I try not to like do the voice thing because like I'll fuck it up or something like that. If I just write down like quick like do, like I think one I have my preview if you're gonna see me do stand up later. The one I have that says like Superman Superman couldn't have been black because the idea that a black man could have been killed by the police terrifies white people.
You know, a joke about superheroes, I saw it on Twitter, but it was like the only reason Batman has the chin exposed is so that cops don't know, he's white.
Or like how people don't like Batman anywhere because he just goes in the minority neighborhood to beat the shit out of people trying to make livings.
And just he doesn't go. He goes for the minor crimes and shit.
Oh yeah, just beats up fucking like pot dealers and shit. I fucking love it. Speaking of Batman, did you see the trailer?
Oh dude, that shit looks crazy.
That shit gets me so fucking excited. Like I love Batman.
I'm a DC guy. I'm DC Marvel. I like both.
Right.
I'm not like, oh fuck Marvel. Right. When I was younger, I used to be more But it's like when you get older, it doesn't matter. It's stupid. It's just whatever's entertaining, I'll watch.
I haven't seen any of the Marvel TV shows because
I watched. What was the first one?
WandaVision.
I watched that one.
Okay,
I haven't seen Loki. I haven't seen the Winter Soldier.
Loki is the only one that interests me beside WandaVision because Winter Soldier sounds like it sounds like they're just throwing two people like a buddy cop situation, you know. But like WandaVision looks really cool. Loki looks really cool. I haven't seen the new Wonder Woman movie because I heard it's shit.
I watched it in a plane. I went to Chicago recently.
Oh, nice.
They had it in the plane, but I kind of was just skimming through it. That shit was kind of whack. It's just like the timing of that movie was it made no sense for one. She should have had her own movie like 5 years ago. Right. Larry killed her off. It's like, I don't care about her storyline anymore.
Right,
right.
Just like, No, yeah. Are you talking about Black Widow or Wonder Woman?
Oh shit, what are we talking about?
I said Wonder Woman.
I was talking about Black Widow.
I haven't seen Black Widow either. But yeah, I heard Black Widow was okay.
The new Wonder Woman sucked ass, bro. That was the worst movie.
I heard it like it's like I'm not even gonna waste my time.
It sucked ass. Yeah, I watched it just because I have HBO Max, so they had it on that shit for free. So
flexing on the podcast, huh? Get the HBO Max.
That's my favorite streaming service.
No, it's really good. It has
all quality shit except Wonder Woman.
It has South Park. Has fucking I gotta watch
Rick and Morty.
I gotta watch the Snyder Cut. I've not watched the Snyder Cut yet.
Oh, I watched that. That one's bad. That shit's like it took me like a while to watch it because it's like 4 hours.
Right.
It was like 1 hour and a half one day, and hour.
Oh no, that's like intermission. Like
it made the movie better because the first the theatrical release of that was the worst movie I've ever seen, bro.
It's so crazy because Justice League Unlimited, the TV show, when we were kids, was one of my favorite fucking things in the world. I was so like, and the fact that I saw a Justice League movie in the theaters, I did not care. I could have gave two shits. I saw it. I was like, can we go? Like, can we go? Like, this is boring. Like, it's all CGI. It's fucking mashing shit together.
Doesn't make sense.
Marvel does the same shit. But I cried twice during Avengers End Game.
Yeah, Avengers End Game. I watched that like 3 times in theaters.
I watched it like 4 times because like I'll go like so.
I watched the Avengers Assemble scene just when they all show up.
Dude,
I watched that. Sometimes I will put that on just for that scene alone, like Cap on your left.
Oh, dude, it like I cried. I literally like cried like tears because I watched every fucking Marvel movie leading up. Like the new Spider-Man movie, I might cry during that. I might cry.
Oh, dude, they're bringing back Tobey Maguire.
Don't even get me started.
The real Spider-Man.
You think so? You think Tobey Maguire's the best Spider-Man?
Yeah,
I think. I don't think he's the best actor to play Spider-Man. I think Tom Holland's a really good Spider-Man because I love, like, especially with the way he's written now. I think those movies are really Spider-Man 1 and 2. Are
he's written as a better Peter Parker. That's what it is. But I don't like the approach of the new Spider-Man movies, the solo, because it feels just like it's Iron Man with fucking web.
With Spider-Man.
It's literally he's using Stark technology, bro. He's not even Spider-Man, bro.
Yeah, but still, like you can, like, you know,
as a Peter Parker, he's written more like the cartoon, like younger.
He's witty. He's
in
like
high school,
right?
Because Tobey Maguire looked older, and then the Andrew Garfield.
Tobey Maguire was like, all right, just played a high school guy, dude. We look at this.
Hey, I was always been a fan of the third Spider-Man movie. I know people think it's the worst movie. I think that shit was good. I had fun.
It's not as bad. There's some parts, but like if you watch, they take like little parts like Venom, where you're like, kind of shoehorned in there at the end. But like Sandman was really cool. I like Sandman. The dark suit Spider-Man I liked. I feel like they could have done a little bit more with it. And Green Goblin was kind of okay. Like James Franco in that movie.
It was just thrown in there.
Yeah. Like I would have loved to see Spider-Man 4
because it was already written. Yeah. Well, isn't this the same director?
No. I don't think it's Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi is gonna do.
Or a producer.
He's good. I think he's just fucking hanging out on set.
He's just hanging out.
Yeah, he's just like like
he started all this live action Spider-Man. He's like, just bring him in.
Just bring him in. He'll hang out. He's cool. No, I think he's doing the new Doctor Strange movie though.
Oh, that's what he's doing. Because this also has
might have Spider-Man.
Is that because they're both. Well, that's what it is.
There's a new Doctor Strange movie called Multiverse of Madness, and then he's directing that movie.
Okay,
but Doctor Strange isn't the new Spider-Man.
Oh, because he opens up the whole
multiverse,
realm.
Right?
Yeah.
I also love how I remember before like being like they can't introduce the multiverse in like these comic book movies because of they don't think the audience is smart enough, or how they had to explain like, oh, this is Batman. His parents were killed by this fucking like this random person.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, Uncle Ben died. Yada yada. Now it's like you fucking know who it is. Fucking sit down, shut up, watch the fucking movie.
It's the thing with Batman, like they do it every time. This Pearl scene.
I'm glad they're like, please stop doing it. Please. We know.
The new Joker movie, do you see the new Joker movie?
I have not seen the new Joker just because of I love the Joker. Like Dark Knight is one of my favorite movies.
Oh, that's the fucking classic.
Perfect movies. The new Joker I saw, I'm like, there's no Batman. Really? And also, I like the idea of the Joker not having an origin story. Of him just showing up and just being like an agent of chaos. You know, I love like Heath Ledger's portrayal of him. Like, oof, it gives me chills.
The new Joker's bad. There's a Batman in it.
He is? For like a second?
There's a young Batman.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I remember hearing about this. It's just one of those things like it's on my list of shit to watch.
No, but that one's it's dark. It's more like it doesn't even feel like a superhero film or a villain film. Is more like a character piece,
right?
Which is taken from some classic movie tropes and stuff.
Like Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit like that. But it was more like a good movie. It's just a good movie, bro.
Right. No, and like I'm sure, like yes, I'm sure it is a good movie. It's just one of those things like calling it the Joker, and it's the Joker movie.
That performance was amazing too. Joaquin Phoenix is great.
I'm not trying to take away anything from the actor. It's just I'm such like a fucking nerd sometimes, but like it just bothers me just a little.
What do you think about the Dark Knight Rises?
Dark Knight Rises was okay. I like the Bane stuff. Bane's really fucking cool.
Steeler Stadium and shit blowing up.
That was sick.
Heinz
Ward's old ass returning a kick for a touchdown.
Out of all the players,
dude. No, that would have been. If I was in that locker room though, I would have been fighting like, please let me return it. Please let me be the returner who lives. But also, I would have loved to be one of the people that died. That would have been fucking cool.
I like that the set piece because Christopher Nolan he hates CGI. Like all his movies, he wants to have set pieces and his budget's all on the fucking sets and all these crazy things. So they, I don't know what it was, but I think they made a calling like all Steeler fans, like they want to be in the Batman movie, come to the stadium. So they went to Heinz Field. Sick. So like all the crowd was real people, which was awesome. Like in football movies, it's always CGI shit, you know?
Did you see the trailer for the Kurt Warner movie?
Yeah.
It looks like fucking dog. I would say most football movies look like dog shit.
Well, this one, it feels it's like one of those Christian movies.
Oh, dude. Why. And then they have like fucking they have Shazam playing.
Shazam, yeah.
Yeah, they have him playing Kurt Warner. I'm like,
Levi
Levine?
Zach Levine.
No. Adam Levine's the singer.
I don't know.
Adam Levine's Maroon 5. I would watch Adam Levine play Kurt Warner. That would be funny.
I'm gonna watch it just because I know if you're a football fan, you know the story. You know, he was packing groceries and became a fucking
arena football, and then it's just like it just looks kind of like shit. It looks like every time I see football in a movie, unless it's like Friday Night Lights or Remember the Titans, it kind of looks like dog shit.
There was a movie. It came out a few years ago. It was about this like high school that was like undefeated and then they lost or something.
Oh yes. I know what you're talking about. I think it was called Undefeated.
Oh yeah.
I know. I think it's the same thing.
I didn't get to watch that one. It looked good, but
did you watch Last Chance U?
I watched the first season.
Oh, I watched the one where they were in Oakland. That one was really fucking cool. You know, like it's like one of those things, like being a junior college football player.
Yeah, exactly. You so relate to it, bro. Like when I was watching that shit, I was like, dude, this is literally this. They could have done that shit at COD, dog.
Well, like I remember, like the problem with Mississippi ones is that they're on scholarships because Mississippi can offer scholarships, but like in Oakland and California, you can't offer scholarships for junior college. So it was more like these guys are like, nope, I am fucking broke. I'm working at Wingstop after I get off work, after I get off for practice. And I was like, dude, I feel that shit, dude. I feel that shit. I remember telling people like, I work at Starbucks. I was telling people there, like, oh yeah, I play football COD. They'd be like, really? I'm like fucking bottom of the bench. Like, don't fucking worry about it. Like, you know. But they asked like. I actually one of my at my store, one of my teachers, one of my regulars is a teacher at CUD, and he used to have me like he would come in on his off day, on like when I didn't have class, he'd see me in the morning like, hey, like this is what you're fucking doing, like why you can't come to my other classes. I'm like, yeah, this is why I'm at your Wednesday, Thursday or Wednesday, Friday, fucking whatever.
Yeah,
and yeah, it was really cool. He's really nice, but like I ended up, it's funny, I ended up being a D in his class. He came up to me after grades came. He's like, man, I tried helping you, dude. I looked for every point I could. He's like, I like you as a guy, but like, man, I'm like, hey, dude, like, I understand. Like, I'm lazy as shit sometimes.
Did you ever watch the show Community?
Oh, dude, I just finished rewatching it.
Best show ever.
Dude, I fucking love that.
First 3 seasons.
The first 3. Okay, I had to watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it's still, like, I never watched that.
Also super relatable to COD. Everything, dude, the fucking first registration. Oh my God. But football, we got some priority registration, which was cool.
Which was cool. But also, like, shitty because I realized when I stopped playing football at COD and I just went there as a student, all the good classes are during football practice. All the good classes are at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. That's when all the good classes are. Or early in the morning if you want to get up at 8. But I ain't getting up at fucking 8.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Yeah, it's fucking... Community's great. I love Community. I think, being a little critical, I think they waste Donald Glover's talents as an actor, playing the dumb guy.
He was one of the best characters.
No, he is, but like, you know what I mean? Like, he's so talented. Like, it's kind of like seeing him in those first seasons be really dumb is like kind of like, I'm like, oh, dude,
like a dumb football player.
You're like, you're smarter than that. Like, I know how artistic you are, you know, and then seeing him be like, stupid, like, did they do stuff to your butt? And I'm like, oh, I swear to God, I just finished it. Like,
but he had his own segments though, with like when they do the Troy and Abed in the morning. They had like their relationship was amazing.
Abed is one of my favorite characters.
Abed is insane. Oh, I love that fool.
Dude, he's
you know who grew on me? Britta. Britta, when I first watched the show, I was pissed at her. I'm like, I fucking hate this bitch. Like, I don't want to see
everybody else in the show. You're like, fuck this bitch.
Yeah, like I hated her. And then like as years went by, I went back and rewatched it. I fucking love her character. She's so good.
Dude, I love everybody. Like, the show's so good. I love
Pierce is the funniest. Pierce is the Dean's the funniest. Dean is
so funny, dude. And like Dean. Dude, it's so like, it's just so well written. Like, those jokes, like Dan Harmon's a genius. Dan Harmon's one of my heroes. Like, when I say like, well, maybe like want to start doing comedies, people like Dan Harmon, Judd Apatow, like those writers, I'm like, I would much rather be a writer, a comedy writer, than like a comedian star. Don't get me wrong, the star would be nice because you get a lot more money. But also, I like to go to Target by myself and not have to get sworn. You know what I mean? Like, Dan Harmon can go to Target and be fine and not get sworn by fans. The only people who are gonna recognize him are like true nerds. Like,
the fucking those Rick and Morty. Did you see that trailer for like a Rick and Morty live action? It was like a teaser trailer.
What? No, I didn't see anything like. Oh, with fucking
the original
the original guy from Back to the Future.
Yeah,
I kind of saw it a little bit.
And the kid from the It movies. I think.
Yeah, the kid who like stutters, Georgie's brother. Yeah.
I don't know. It looked kind of weird.
I don't like it. I don't
like it, to be honest.
But how'd you feel about the new Rick and Morty season?
I haven't fucking finished.
You haven't finished it?
I watched dude. It's because I didn't get the channel, so I only got the first episode.
Dude,
it was on YouTube for free, the first episode, and I haven't watched the rest. So.
Do you have cable at all?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
I have no, just streaming.
Okay, because I know AdultSwim.com. If you plug in a cable like login, you can get like blah blah blah. You can get the fucking access.
I think I might have access to DirecTV through somebody, or I think Files. I don't know. My sister has some shit.
Okay, like what's your username and password? Do it right now on the podcast for everybody, for the fans at home. No, same thing. Like,
so you can watch it on Adult Swim. Just sign in with the TV provider.
You sign in with the TV provider. You can watch it, dude. It's
okay.
It's fucking wild.
I've only seen the first episode, dude, and it was fucking great.
Oh, so. It's fucking great. Like, it's Rick and Morty is one of those shows. It's like when it's good, it's fucking peak TV. There are some bad ones, yeah, but like
one of my favorite episodes was season 2. It was the bad acid episode. The vat of acid.
Oh, the vat of acid. Oh, that's so fucking stupid. It's so funny though.
It's so funny.
Like, what was a good one? There's this new season has some good ones, but I love like the first episode of this new season was great. I loved some of the not even the episodes, some of the jokes, like the joke where he's in the Shoney's with that alien guy. That episode's great. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where he's like in his mind and he just turns everything into a butt. Like, he like sips a coffee, the little butt comes out and farts in his face. And then like he's like, I don't know. He's like, what happened? He's like, I don't know. He figured out how to turn things into butts. He's forming butts somehow. And I was just so I'm like,
That's like the things they come up with, and that's what Dan Harmon, because Community was like that to a certain extent because you're dealing with actors and real life scenarios and sets. But some of the scenarios, like those, like a lot of the episodes, of course, were like genre type things.
Well, paintball, horror, and
the
fucking. I watched
paintball was the best thing ever.
Fucking, I was watching the episode where they do a blanket fort. Fucking, it's an old fucking like what's the Ken Burns documentary?
Yeah,
dude. And I realized Keith David. Have you watched the entire series
of which one?
Community.
Yeah.
Did you watch that weird season on Yahoo?
Yeah,
I watched that and it was like really interesting. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like, it was weird. And I realized in the last episode they get to say fuck in the show, which was kind of weird. I was like, I don't know if I like this. This is weird. This is too much.
There's like a theory that they're still making a movie because 6 seasons in a movie. 6 seasons in a movie.
If they do a movie, they have to get Donald Glover back.
Yeah, he has to be in there. I know Chevy Chase didn't like. I guess he was bad to work with. He was like mean to all the actors.
Well, I heard a theory that they took out their anger toward Pierce on the show, just toward Chevy Chase. They're like, fucking, we hate you, Pierce. We actually.
That's why they made him super racist and shit.
No, it's a really well written show. It's like it's one of those things you're like, this is some good fucking TV right here.
Yeah, after I think Dan Harmon left after season 3 because he got in trouble, right?
They called season 4 like the gas leak year.
Yeah,
because like after he left, it was weird. And then like I think he came back for season 5, I think, and then everything came like kind of normal, and they kind of tried to wrap everything up. And then they went to Yahoo, and then it was like weird because like it's like there's no Donald Glover, there's no fucking Chevy Chase.
Yeah, just have the cast was gone, the storylines. Once they left us being like, they became faculty and shit. That's just kind of got weird. You know, when they were students, it was amazing.
Oh yeah.
But it's still good. I mean, for what they had.
Fucking Ben Chang, fucking crazy motherfucker.
Oh, the best,
it's one of those ones where like you get tired of him, and then you see him do something, you're like, no.
It's like in this semester, I get inside your cup. Hey,
nah, dude. The Asian Spanish teacher, great idea for a fucking premise.
Senor Chang.
Dude, it's oh my god.
Yeah, that's just so I watched that show so many times. And we were watching it live too. So we were watching it. Not live, but when it was airing, we were going to community college, so it just made it so much better.
I watched it. I got really into it right after high school, like right when my first year at university, and then I went to COD, and I was like, holy shit, fucking this is it. Oh my god, I was like, it all makes sense now. And then I found out like it was based off Dan Harmon's time at Glendale Community College. Wow. And then I was looking for a college to transfer to. I was like, fuck COD, this place sucks. I was like, well, what about Glendale Community College? And I did research on it, and I was like, I might have to go here. I might fucking do this shit, like just to see what it's like. And yeah, fucking. Yeah,
COD was, everyone was there just kind of like nobody wanted to be there. I feel like probably there's better experiences somewhere else. But also, I mean, it's whatever it was. You know?
It's kind of sad that people call it College of the Desperate out here. It's kind of sad, but also kind of earned. You know what I mean? It is one of those things you're like, I don't want to be here. Like, fuck this place. Like, this was not my first choice. Don't get me wrong. I
knew I was going to COD from high school. I was like, I'm not going to go fucking pay all this like tuition. Right. You know, like I knew I was going to go to COD. So for me, it was like, whatever. I didn't even know I was going to play football either.
Right.
The football experience like made it worth it for me. Like the school, I don't even remember my classes, but I was just like, fuck.
Right.
Half of them, I just like got the whatever passing grade it was, and I didn't care. But football was like so much fun. I fucking loved it. Football. I mean, I guess it could have been like that anywhere.
Yeah, no, like I remember, like in high school, I was like, I'm gonna go to fucking San Diego State. I'm gonna fucking be the shit. I'm gonna be in the fucking first round pick. Yada yada yada. Didn't fucking happen, obviously. But and then I was like COD. I was like, and then I went to D2, and then going back to COD was kind of like, I'm like, I don't want to be here. You know what I mean? It was like one of those things. Like, this is a backstep.
How was the talent from D2 to COD?
Dude, talent at D2. There are some guys who like the thing about D2 is like there's a lot of guys who were like, especially at my D2. So I went to New Mexico Highlands University.
Yeah.
When their thing, I realized after the fact, their requirements to get in are a college or a high school diploma. That's all they require. Not looking at your GPA or anything like that. I had a 2.3 coming out of high school. That's why I didn't go anywhere else but there. So I went there, and like there was a lot of guys who had a lot of off the field stuff.
Yeah.
Like I heard stories about like them hiding the star quarterback while away from the cops. The coaches would hide the quarterback while the cops were looking for him around town for running some illegal things. I don't want to say what they were because they were just rumors. But yeah, they were the fucking fights. They were fucking guys doing a whole bunch of wild shit. That fucking school is something else, dude.
Well, I mean, to be honest, that's how COD was, bro. Like my first year, bro, it was insane. So we get there. I only went because I had a friend. We both played at Indio. And he's like, hey, I'm going to try out for COD. Do you want to go try out with me? Because I don't want to go alone. Like, just come with me to practice. Right. You don't have to play. Just come one practice. And I was like, fuck. Like, I was working now. Like, after I graduated, so my last semester in high school, I was doing track. And I had personal fitness with our football trainer. So I was doing like powerlifting and fucking deadlifts, and then after school I would do another workout and then do like all the. I was a thrower, so I wasn't really running. It was just like lifting weights and throwing fucking shot puts. So I was in super shape right after high school, and I went right to COD. And then I once I got there, I was like, I'll go to the offensive lineman. And first I was like, oh fuck, these fools are big. But then I was like, once we got to practice, I'm like, some of these fools have no footwork. They're just big for nothing, to be honest. Like there's some really like I was like, I could compete. And then I was really strong too. So I was squatting like 5 plates, deadlifting like 4 plates coming out of high school.
Damn, dude, make me feel bad.
No, that was before I hurt my knee. I can't do shit right now. Because we're in Indio, like, so our coach, he never let us like do, everything was like a purpose because he came from like a college background. So it was all deadlifts and squats and power cleans. Like we couldn't do curls. Like he'll get mad. Like nobody could do curls in the gym. What? It was like either if you want to, he's like, you want to work out your arms, you got to do benches and fucking all these like football workouts. Like you couldn't just do curls for like looks. You had to do like something that was like movement. So I was super strong with the legs. So when I got there, I was like, these was like in their squats. They didn't even go all the way low. They're just like going like this. I'm like, these fools have no technique in the weight room. One, I had an advantage because I was short. Right. So I was only 5'11". These fools are like 6'5". So even in practice, I could get lower than them. And usually lower men win. So even though they always overlooked me because I was short, and I was like, you know
that's weird to think. Like the lower man wins, but like there's how many offensive linemen in the NFL are under 6 feet? Like maybe one, and he's probably a center.
Probably a center.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to that level, lower man is not going to block fucking
Well,
Myles Garrett.
Or what's that one guy from the Cowboys? The offensive lineman who's a fucking Tyron Smith. Smith.
That was a monster. He wears fucking knee pads on his elbows. Dude, that's
crazy.
Bro.
I pointed that out. Like when I know someone who doesn't watch football. I'm like, you see that brace? That's meant for your fucking knee.
That's a knee on his fucking elbow, bro.
That's his arms are literally the size of my legs. If not,
but huge. In the other case, Aaron Donald's only like 5'11", and he's the most dominant defensive lineman in history.
He works out with knives. That shit is so wild. I do see some of that shit. I'm like, do you really need to do that? Dude, come on, Aaron. Like.
The most dominant defensive player. That was bad, bro. Like, no one could block that.
He's like LeBron James. Like, you could give the MVP to LeBron James every year.
Yeah.
But you can't. Cause come on. We got to share the award a little bit, Aaron.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just so dominant. But yeah, like, going back to like trouble at the college. So that summer, one of our players, you know how like a lot of them stayed like in the same apartment complexes and shit. One of them stabbed another dude because he stole his shoes that fucking summer. And we're like, what the fuck?
When that CDU player got shot by the cops.
Yeah, that was the
same year.
Yeah, it was the same year. So that year, we had that incident. Then another one, like 3 or 4 players got arrested for stealing from like a local Circle K. Then that fool got shot after the season. Rest in peace, homie Frank. It was just like that was what the whole team was, bro. And then I knew other. I don't want to say it. There's some illegal shit.
No, because like some of it, you heard about it. Like, dude, I was at one practice. My fucking phone got stolen off the because you put your bag on the fucking benches right there. My phone got stolen. And then Coach Dowdy yelled at me. He's like, "Why'd you bring your phone to practice?" I'm like,
"What the fuck?
Like, why wouldn't I bring it to practice?" He's like, "You don't have a locker?" I'm like, "No, because you always don't fucking know my name yet."
That's fucked up.
You know, it was so dumb. And then my phone was in a kiosk at like the mall where you could sell your phone. And I remember walking with the police officer to the little kiosk to get my phone out.
Oh, so they sold it to them? Or?
Yeah, they sold it to the kiosk. Not like the guy, like the little fucking dude in the booth. It was like literally like a fucking vending machine where you just put your phone in and you gives you like $75.
Oh, and one of those.
Yeah. I was like, damn. And they asked, like, do you want to press charges? And I'm like, no, because I'm going to be a fucking snitch.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, because it takes a photo of your ID, fucking takes, like, a picture of you while you put your phone in. He's like, guy's pretty, like, I'm like, dude, like, if this guy needs to cash that bad, dude, like, I'm not going to fucking.
Yeah.
Like, how much of a dick do I look? Like, some white kid be like, he stole my phone, man. Like, you know, like, I got my phone back. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
No, it's, I mean, some people just whatever they can to survive.
Hey.
I understand some of the struggles, but like some of these foods had no money to eat. Like, dude, I feel bad, bro. Like sometimes I would buy foods lunch. Like we'll be going out to get lunch, and I was like, "You guys want to go? Like, I'll buy you a sandwich or something." I just we're coming. I had the privilege of like having family here. You know, I'm not paying rent. Fucking out of state tuition, like $2,000 a semester.
Dude, I knew some crazy guys. I lived in Canterra Apartments over in Palm Desert, and I lived there with my girl at the time. And fucking, I remember it was just me and my girl in a 1-bedroom. And I went to my friends who were on the COD football team because, you know, Canterra was like fucking down the street from COD. And I went, and there was like 6 people in a fucking 2-bedroom place.
Yeah.
And like I went, the place was gross. The place was gross. Like fucking the carpet was white in my apartment, but it was black in theirs.
Yeah.
And it was as well, I'm like, the struggle is real, guys. Like, goddamn. Like, shit.
I love going to some of their apartments. They have a jar full of like tobacco because they want like ash out the blunts and they roll joints and shit. And they had like their stash of tobacco.
Dude,
like, I don't know what they did with that, but they were like stashing it, and it was fun. I love my time playing.
Oh,
the best people.
Nothing cool. Like playing college ball. Nothing like
it was
playing.
Amazing. And I never thought I was gonna play anything besides high school. To be honest.
Right.
So that shit just like. And then I ended up coaching 3 years at India High School.
Oh, dude, I want to get into coaching.
When you told me you wanted to get into coaching, I coached. I was an offensive lineman. Assistant, like lineman coach for offense and defense, and then on game days I was the one on top giving the call for the defensive coordinator. I'd be like, hey, they're in this formation, trips right.
Dude, I would
talk to the D coordinator.
I want to coach offense. I would love to be offense. A quarterback coach. The only thing is I don't have the time or commitment.
It's the time for me. Just as personal experience, it was like I had a full-time job and then I had to put in like 30 hours a week, bro, during football season. Off season, you know, some less time, but
hey, I'm going to a concert, and like you tell, like, yeah, it's Friday night. It's like you gotta, like, you gotta be there Fridays. You're probably gonna be there.
And then it's hard to miss practice because then you already have problems with like kids missing practice and you don't show up.
Right. No, exactly. And like it's so much time. And I'm like, hey, like, I've coached youth flag teams. Those are the shit. Like coaching youth flag teams, like getting kids who don't know football and teaching them football. It's frustrating at first, but once they figure it out,
but it's fun.
It's so much fun, dude. It's like the most like I love coaching. Coaching is so much fun. I love working with kids.
I definitely want to do that too. So I never got my bachelor's degree, but
that's what's up, dude. Same.
Like, so I work construction, so I run a tile business. So it's like I don't need it, but to be a head coach in a high school in California, you have to have a bachelor's degree. Right. So that's the only thing.
Really?
I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to go back to college. Like,
so like, if you like, okay, so like, say if you're like, say, I don't know, what's an NFL player who doesn't have his bachelor's? Say if I'm like fucking Patrick Mahomes, I don't have my bachelor's, right? But I was a star in the NFL. I can't coach in California.
Shit, I don't. They might make an exception.
Right, like you know what I mean? Like, come on, like, hey,
yeah.
Do you think Tom Brady does have his bachelor's? But you know what I mean? Like, come on, like guys, like the guys who would like, oh no, you're going to school just to play football, and then you're getting the fuck out of here.
I'm pretty sure they make rules. I don't know.
Yeah, like I was like,
that's what some research I had done, but I'm doing that like 10, 20 years down the road. I don't want to do it now.
No. Especially head coach is so much commitment because you're like, I gotta stay face. I gotta fucking be cool. You know, like I just want to be, I want to be a wide receivers coach or a quarterbacks coach. Like, let me go talk some shit to the kid.
You could definitely do it. But like you said, time.
Yeah, I don't have the time. Like, it's like, I don't want to waste their time. Like, I would love to waste my own time. I love wasting my own time.
Yeah.
My favorite thing. I don't want to waste their time and like disappoint them. I'm like, hey, my favorite comedian is going to be in LA tonight. I'm going to go there instead of practice. Like, sorry guys, you know, like it's fucking like, even like I work at an after school program right now. Even there, I'm like, oh, I got to be here every fucking day.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like I want to go to a show. I want to, you know, I'm turning 27 in like a few hours because my birthday's tomorrow.
Oh shit! Yeah, happy birthday, bro.
Thank you, dude. Thank you. I hate being like the type like, guys, guess what?
It's my birthday. But I never have a problem with people like that because how would I know? Like, unless I follow you on Facebook where it tells me. Because I follow you on Twitter and Instagram, but I don't think they tell you on those. Twitter sometimes.
It'll tell you the balloons when it's
like if you go to their profile, but it doesn't tell you.
But like, you know, it's like
it's cool. I don't have a problem with like people shouting.
It's like I feel lame, but then I'm like, it's one day a year. Who fucking gives a shit?
Be like, hey, it's my birthday today.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna be like, I'm not like jokingly. I'm like, okay, where's my present? Like, obviously, come on.
Of course,
yeah. You know, but like, yeah, it's my birthday. Fucking. My birthday. I'll do whatever I want. Like, it gives me an excuse to get drunk. Like, my boss is like, do you want to work tomorrow? I'm like, fuck no. I don't want to fucking work tomorrow.
So, we haven't touched on Coachella. So,
yes.
Today, so on my main YouTube channel, I've done a ton of Coachella videos. So, it's like, I've been going to Coachella for a long time.
How long have you been going?
Since 2009.
2009? I've been going since 2013. So I've been going after the Tupac year was my first year. When it was Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, it was so super windy. I remember that one.
I didn't go weekend one. I was a weekend two. I was a weekend two stan for years, and then I went weekend one when Kendrick Lamar went, and I was like, oh no, weekend one.
2017.
Kendrick Lamar. It's just something about like the mystery of like what's gonna happen.
I love that, bro.
Because other than that, you watch the live streams all weekend, and you're like.
You're just missing out because you're like
fun.
It's fucking 10 minutes on the road and you're like all the people in town.
Oh, and then and then like especially because like I don't know about you, like sometimes I'll drive by it when it's going on. Like during weekend one, I'm like, let me just drive by it, see the lights. It'd be fun.
I've done weekend two only once.
Weekend two is not bad. It is more like local than not as much. Like
it is way more local.
But like also weekend two is like a high school and I'm like, oh, what's up, fool? Like you know what I mean.
Weekend two is more wild. Like it's more wild as in like people don't give a fuck. All the like now. It's changed because before I want to say 2017.
Whenever they expanded it, it lost. Like, I hate saying that it lost a little bit of the magic.
2018 they bought an extra piece of land, so they made the festival 25,000 people bigger. Which man, like, and also it was the rise of like social media celebrities. 2018, 2019, it was nothing but influencers now. So weekend one, the tickets sell out like this because I feel like there's like 50% go to like social media influencers for like brands. So like, so makeup brand's gonna send like 100 influencers. Some tequila brand's gonna send 30. You know, like they're getting all these tickets for these brands to send these guys because for Coachella it makes sense. Like you have an influencer with 1 million followers. I'll give him fucking $300 ticket, but he's gonna promote it to his millions of followers and the brand, and you know it's perfect marketing. But it definitely changed. Now weekend two is more fans, more people who just gonna go there to have fun and get hammered and shit.
Fuck it. Like I remember, like it's weird, like telling people like you've been like I remember when someone asked me like how many years have you gone to Coachella, and I told them like I've been going like almost like a decade now. And they're like, that's insane. I'm like, it is kind of weird, huh? You know, like the Beyonce thing on Netflix, like one of those little screams, one of those is me. One of the little like the Beyonce Netflix documentary.
Yeah.
Like the one of the like when the crowd goes, whoa, like one of those is me. I can tell my kids like, hey, I'm there. That's fucking that's sick to think about. Like that's really,
true. Then you're there, you know, like when right now, like Swedish House Mafia today announced that they're gonna be coming back to Coachella. So I watched them in 2012. They performed. I believe it was a Friday. So they performed on a Friday after the main headliner, which I think was like the Black Keys. It was some kind of band.
Right.
So the band ended, and then they started like their set at 11, and then it was like slightly raining.
Was it in
main stage?
Main stage. Fuck yeah.
So main stage, they had a laser show. Like it was insane, bro. Like fire. It was crazy. So they closed out that Friday. You know, usually like at 1 a.m. and like it was the greatest show ever. Right. And I never really knew about them, so fucking that shit blew my mind. And another thing is they broke up in 2012. That was the first year they announced that they were gonna break up, and that was their first tour. Coachella. After Coachella, they were their final tour. In 2015, because there was 3 members from Swedish House Mafia. I feel like it's Alex and Gross. I don't know the names, but 2 of them came back to Coachella.
Yeah, I saw them. I saw them after Flosstradamus one year. They were fucking sick.
I was there too. After Flosstradamus, I went to see them, and I missed the weekend when Kanye West came out. I was pissed, bro.
Dude, it's fucking same.
I was fucking
so
mad.
pissed because like,
dude, and I had no signal, so like.
You never like that was before. Now at Coachella, you have signal, like no problem. It's
still not no problem. But
it's way easier. It's not like if I'm going like I better be like we're holding hands or you're lost. Like that's it. It's over. I remember being like the friends like, where are you? Like or texting. Texting was impossible.
Texting you getting like an hour later. You're like, oh, I'm here. I'm like, what the fuck?
No. But now luckily it's like crazy. Now it's like, oh yeah, where you at? Over there? Okay, cool. I got you. Or
it was so that year. So they came back, so they did that show, and then my friend. So I had a bunch of friends text me because I was a huge Kanye fan. Like that was the time I was just like, well, I'm still like Kanye right now, but they were all hitting me up like to go watch Kanye. But I didn't see the message until an hour late, or like on Twitter. I was like, God damn it,
dude! I was fucking so because I wasn't a big Weeknd fan at the time either.
Me neither.
I was like, I got a couple of songs. I'm like, he's not bad. Like he's cool, but I was like, I'd rather. I saw Tyler. I saw Floss, and I was like, I'm front row for like a fucking DJ. I'm like, this is sick.
Flosstradamus is one of my favorite sets.
Oh, dude, it was sick as fuck because like, you know, like fuck, it's just all energy and shit. And then I heard Kanye came out, and I was so fucking pissed. Don't get me wrong, Axl and Grosso was really cool.
Yeah,
but also, come on,
it's Kanye.
I have not seen Kanye live yet.
He's one of the artists. You gotta see him, bro,
dude. And it sucks because like I'm like, I think we're getting toward the end of Kanye as being Kanye. Like, if I could go back in time, I would have gone to see him the Life of Pablo tour with the floating stage.
Yeah.
That would have been sick as fuck, and I'm so pissed I didn't do that shit.
I went to see it it's not in Vegas.
Oh, you saw it in Vegas?
Bro, at the new T-Mobile Arena. It was
Were you in the pit?
No. I wasn't in the pit, but it was like, he even said like, dude, this is like the most lit crowd of like that he's had so far. Because it was like, it's Vegas, so everybody there's just to have a good time. And that's one of the reasons I went. I was like, let's go to Vegas for a weekend. Kanye's on like a Saturday. We'll fucking party the whole weekend. It was fucking bad, bro.
I'm so jealous of you right now. Like,
I've seen Kanye like 6 times.
6 times? Is he the best? Is he the best performer you've ever seen? What's the best?
Best by far.
Beside Kanye, what's the best performer you've ever seen?
Damn. Besides Kanye. That's a good one. Definitely Flosstradamus. Just like the hype that they fucking bring is fucking bad. I really love Calvin Harris, the 2016.
Yes, that was sick.
That was sick. But DJs is hard because DJs is every show's badass with the lights and shit. Right. So as far as performance,
Fatboy Slim was really cool. I said Fatboy Slim a few years ago. He was dope. Beyonce's up there because
Beyonce's great. Yeah.
And then I went to Desert Trip a few years ago. And I saw Paul McCartney.
I didn't get to go to that.
Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney. I was like, yeah, this is fucking. Like I was so far back. I'm like, this is fucking cool. Like I'm seeing a music legend right now. Like I saw the Stones. I saw fucking like, you know, like, yeah, can't beat that. Like, you know,
the tickets were expensive for that shit. Though.
I got 50 tickets, so it was cool. It was
what's his name? Travis Scott's Bad Life.
I have not seen him live.
I didn't. The last time I saw him was like 2016. So I never went to Astroworld.
I missed. It's one of those things like Coachella's so cool because it's in our backyard and I don't have to pay for a hotel room. So I'm like, that's why I'm gonna go every fucking year.
Hell yeah!
Like when I see like outside lands or Austin city limits, I'm like, I gotta pay for a hotel room, I gotta pay for a flight,
like, travel, food.
Fuck that shit.
It's expensive.
I know people. Hey,
that's one of the reasons I love Coachella because since we live here, I want to take advantage of it because it's like you're saying, if I want to go to Lollapalooza, I gotta go to Chicago. I gotta find a place to stay. I gotta spend all this money. I want to go to the New York ball, whatever's
Governor's Ball,
like expensive.
They all look sick as fuck. Like
EDC,
EDC looks a little too.
That's more electronic music.
I don't like ecstasy that much. Ecstasy, I've done it a few times. It's okay. You know, like it's not saying, you know what I mean. But fucking Coachella is. I also like back in the day, like before they expanded, there was a magic to it. There was something about it. Like this is the best place in the world right now. Like it's so it's
still fun though.
So positive, like you know, like everybody there's like just here to have a good time. There's a few assholes, but we all like when we realize they're an asshole, we like get the fuck out of here.
Everybody just like it's the nicest people. Like you just see people just smiling.
Oh, dude, because it's like well, yeah, exactly. And then like I don't know about you, like I did Soberchella for the longest time.
And my first. I don't know. My first 3 Coachellas were sober, and that's the ones I remember the most. 2011, 2012.
Dude, Tame Impala, like one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Yeah,
but I was so high, I kind of freaked out because I was like high. I was like, fuck. I was like, I want to be high for this. I want to like enjoy this. You know, obviously it's Tame Impala. I'm really into Tame Impala right now. And then I was too high, and then I'm like, I want to be higher. I got too high, and then the guy in front of me passed out, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be me. I'm like, don't look the light so much. Oh my god. And then I'm like, then highs. I'm like, fuck. I was a little too high, just a little bit. But like, yeah, when I was sober, like I saw Ice Cube, like all those fucking great performances.
And you have the best memories from those years.
Memories. Like I saw Drake was pretty cool. Drake. I want to see Drake.
Was whatever.
I want to see Drake again though. Give me Drake again.
Yeah, Drake again.
Because he's like, it's like kind of at this point. Like if you see him.
Yeah, 2015. Because he was playing a lot of that like slow music from that album. It was
no. If you're reading this too late.
So it was just he should have been playing more hype shit. And now over the last 6 years, he's nothing but hits. So it's him live would be the best.
Like
I used to hate on Drake. I still hate on Drake, but.
Oh, so you don't. Yeah. So you're Donda over Loverboy.
Oh, big. Donda's 10 times better than Loverboy. 10 times better. Loverboy was so forgettable. It has like 2 good songs.
I don't know, dude. I
respect Drake because he makes nothing but hits. But
I listened to Loverboy. I've listened to Donda once all the way through, and it was a lot. I was like,
it was so long. It was long.
A little over bloated, and also probably the 3 listening events, the overhype, and then like the blah da da. He's like, oh, he's staying at Mercedes-Benz to finish the album. Blah, that's so crazy.
Yeah,
and I'm like, dude, like Kanye at this point could just. If I was Kanye West, I would just drop it when it's ready. Drop it. Like I'm not gonna hype it up. I'll do all that shit after. You know what I mean? But like, imagine the internet if Kanye just dropped an album.
Just to be like devil's advocate, he sold out 3 stadiums without dropping an album.
Right. No, and like
3 listening parties.
Because he's Kanye. You know what I mean? Like he can do that.
That's fucking bad.
But like it is bad, and much respect.
When he did the interview with Joe Rogan, I was thinking about this the whole time. So did you watch that episode?
I watched a little bit. Joe Rogan's kind of getting on my nerves lately because he just talks shit about California the whole time, and I
haven't really watched much because of Spotify. I don't go on that shit for Joe Rogan.
I flipped from Apple Music to Spotify. I flipped. Only because Starbucks gives me free Spotify. So.
I have YouTube Music.
Okay. How's that?
I fucking love it.
Really?
The reason I got YouTube Music is because I told you I'm addicted to YouTube. Mm-hmm. You don't get ads in any videos, and you could download videos. You could play them while the app is soft. Like I fucking love that. So and you get all the music. So when I used to have Apple Music. You don't have mixtapes on Apple Music. Right. On YouTube Music, you could even have fucking covers of like fucking YouTubers. Everything's on there. Mixtapes.
That is sick. One thing I do like about Spotify is the fan created playlist. That's sick as fuck.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's pretty cool.
Like, and also I like creating my own playlist. I like putting a meme on the fucking page. And like this is fun.
I have Spotify. I just don't have none of the like premium shit. So I hardly use it because I get all the ads.
Right.
But I do use it sometimes for certain things.
Yeah.
And also like, the podcasting
is weird on that. Like the Joe Rogan, like it's video, but it's not video. Like it's video if you put it like you.
I just can't get used to it. I just haven't been able to used to it. But he got his money, whatever.
Oh, good job. I think he's an okay stand-up comedian. I listen to his stand-up.
I'm not a big fan of his comedian. I love his podcast. I think he's an amazing person. I like the way he does do a lot of controversial shit, but I like that though. Like it's someone that the media tries to silence, but he stands up for what he believes in. And he's been calling out the media recently, which has been amazing.
The only thing that really pissed me off, like he did interview Dave Chappelle on his podcast, right? And this is after I think moving to Austin thing is kind of him just measuring his own dick.
That was kind of dumb.
Yeah, whatever. He's like, no, the MC in LA is gonna not come back. Like it's already back. It's been like 3 months, and every comedian followed up. I know a bunch of fucking people that fucking follow.
So
him.
Stupid.
It's like one of those things. Like
I've heard it's fucking trash too. I heard
it's LA. It's just in Texas. It's
but
LA.
I heard it's not even because it's not LA. It's like a hipster town, but it doesn't have all the cool shit. Because it's not just LA. It's you're talking about Southern California. You got San Diego, just everything. The sports teams.
This place.
Well, there's no sports teams in Austin.
Yeah, there's fucking University of Texas. Like
that's it.
Exactly.
Here you have fucking
every
world
team.
champion Dodgers, the Lakers, the Clippers are good.
I hope
Rams,
the Dodgers
Chargers,
lose.
boom,
The Dodgers
boom,
lose.
boom,
Do we know if the Dodgers lost?
They won yesterday.
They were playing today.
I have no idea.
Okay. Are you a Dodger guy?
I'm not a big baseball guy. To be honest.
Oh, you're saying the world champion Dodgers? I'm like, dude, I am
last year
diehard Padres fan.
Okay.
I am San Diego sports through and through. Chargers, obviously. I don't want to talk about that. I don't talk about that. I can talk.
How do you feel with the Chargers moving to LA?
Fuck Dean Spanos. Fuck you, Dean Spanos. I fucking hate you. It's just like, okay. It's also like it's been 5 years. We can get over it.
Yeah.
You know, yes, it sucks they moved, but the team looks good now, and I'm happy. But like, it's one of those things. Like, as I grew up in San Diego, I grew up down there. I remember driving past Qualcomm. It broke my heart when they moved. It
was kind of sad. I had season tickets 2014.
2014.
At Qualcomm.
Oh, dude, I never went to a Charger game in person.
It was dude. It was the best. I haven't had a lot of experience going to many stadiums for NFL or whatever, but the tailgating there was so much fun, bro.
Did you go to
so much space.
What was the other one? StubHub. Did you go to StubHub?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was cool.
How they advertised the most intimate experience watching football.
Dude,
man.
You were so close to the field. It was insane. Anywhere you see it, even fucking nosebleeds, because it's such a small stadium. Dude, the players look huge, bro.
I know, but they hyped it up. I just didn't like it because they're like, I know what you're doing. You're trying to sell us on it, but like, you know what I mean? But like, I'm sure it was really nice.
Yeah, there was we're playing the Washington football team.
I'm like, we're about to get canceled, dude. Shit.
We're playing the football team in 2018, 20. I don't remember what year it was. And then Williams, the left tackle, the one that
Trent Williams, yeah.
Dude, he was like 6'9", this massive dude. Because I got to our seats were behind the like goalpost. Mm-hmm. So when you could see the offensive line lined up, and then the left tackle, dude, he looked like a giant next to everybody, bro. I'm like, he made other offensive linemen look like little kids. I was like, what the fuck? That was huge.
Like, what's that quote? Like, he makes fast people look not fast. Yeah, dude, they're grown men. They're men. They're
giants, bro. All of them.
The worst. What makes me feel bad is like Patrick Mahomes is younger than us, and I'm like, oh man.
No, you know what's funny, bro? It's when Derrick Henry's on the huddle and he's bigger than the guards.
Dude, that's not even fair. Like, you know, it's like
he's bigger than his fucking tackles, bro. He's just
I saw like one thing. I'm talking about the NFL media. NFL media, like sometimes the stats they put up, he's projected to have like 22,000 yards, 2,200 yards, like 15 touchdowns. He's projected to have 0 fumbles. How do you project to have 0 fumbles? Like, I played football for years. How do you project?
Yeah.
You know, like, that's so stupid. Like, I understand, like, projecting interceptions is one thing. Like, there's tendencies, but, like, 0 fumbles.
Fumbles is just random. Football's random.
Like, I'm sure if you give me 1 million snaps against Derrick Henry, I can at least get a couple out. You know what I mean?
You'll die.
No, he'll kill me in like 3 of them. But like, you know what I mean? Like the odds are something will happen. He will trip and something, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
out of 1 million snap, of course. The probability.
In the course of a whole season, anything can happen. You know? But like, I was just so dumb. I was like,
some of the stats are dumb. He's like first player to get 300 yards on a Thursday night football
against the Chiefs in fucking
in weather, whatever.
Yeah. And when it's snowing, it's 85 degrees.
Yeah.
Like, it's so stupid. It's the dumbest thing.
Yeah, sports media has been trash. What's cool about the internet is now you get shows. Well, you have a podcast about football.
I do have a podcast about football.
Instead of listening to these pundits on like ESPN or Fox, whatever, you can listen to
the Spread Out podcast hosted by Dominic Houghton. When I put up episodes, though, I've been going through some mental health stuff. I've been taking, it's fucking depression a little bit. Being honest.
No, it happens. Not.
I'm excited. It's one of those things. Like, I was supposed to record that tonight, but I was like, I'll come here and hang out with fucking Angel, And then I was like, okay, I need to write it. I like writing it before, like I told you earlier. Like, I like writing it out, like having like a mildly script of like bam, bam, bam. And also, I had someone tell me I'm better when I'm drinking on the podcast, and like, okay. yes, the podcast is more entertaining if I'm drunk, because obviously,
of course.
But also, I'm like, I don't want to drink every time, because there's a few episodes I was like drinking. I was like 2 beers, and I was like, I'm gross. I feel gross right now. Like,
just put some scotch on the rocks and just chill.
I'm not a scotch guy. I'm a beer guy. Give me some beer. Like, give me some Modelo's. I'm straight up, dude. I'm trying to get this podcast sponsored by Coors Light, because I think it'd be funny as fuck. Because every time I don't know if you listen. Do you listen to every episode?
I've listened to a few episodes.
Yeah, you've heard of me like, oh yeah, like, we're drinking some Coors Light right now, and like burping into the fucking mic.
Hey, I was listening to one of your episodes and you just burped like in the beginning.
I'm sorry.
It's a medium, like we all could have that option, to compete with, because the internet doesn't have a barrier. It's just talk about whatever your interests are and just do it.
Competing, I do want to do more podcasts. Like if I could have it my way, like how some comedians have like 5 different podcasts, I'd have a podcast talk about this is what I'm talking about sports, talk about fucking movies, this is all about bullshit. I want to do a podcast with my friend. Little preview we're doing. It's going to be called. I don't even want to say the name. I'll say the concept. The concept is we're going to take a reference or something in pop culture, like anything. Like one episode I want to do. There's a pitcher who threw a perfect game or a no hitter on LSD, and I think that's insane to think about. And I want to tell that story to my friend, and he's going to find something else. Like, okay, that's interesting. Now my turn. I'm going to tell you something about something crazy. Something story. Crazy. Like, hey, here's a crazy story about something that doesn't really. You don't need to know this. This is stuff you should not know. This
sounds dope.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's coming eventually. It's coming. You have those like you have a friend like who's like, oh, we're doing a podcast, and you're like, yeah, sure, dude, we're doing a podcast.
I love podcasting. I didn't know I was gonna like it this much. For my main podcast, which is this one, is just conversations.
Right.
I have a podcast that I just started with my friend. It's a soccer podcast.
Nice.
Literally just about soccer, because I also have a passion for soccer, and then I've always wanted to do that. But then I met this guy. I had him on the podcast. He also has his own podcast with his brother called the Woo Podcast. His name's Ricky Woo.
Oh yeah, I follow that guy on Instagram.
Yeah, so when they're doing it's called the Warm and Woo Soccer Show. We've only done 2 episodes, but we had technical difficulties.
Right.
I haven't promoted it because we're gonna do like 3 or 4, get our rhythm.
Right.
So we're gonna be doing nostalgic moments, some current events, like 30 minutes. Nothing too crazy. But I want to do the same thing that you were saying, that you want to have a bunch of
different ones.
So I'm having my main one for is like interviews, because I get to connect with somebody like everything you've been telling me is amazing. Right. Like I want to see how we could help each other after.
Oh fuck yeah.
So yeah, like I love conversations. I love interviews. It's not as structured as like other ones, like you said, but it's just so much fun,
dude. And like it's so stupid because like you look at like the friends who you could have a podcast with, they're like, if we just recorded this conversation, this is fucking great.
All the time.
Like granted, sometimes when you're smoking a little bit, you're like, this would be a great thing for a podcast.
I think that all the time, bro. I'm like hanging out with people. I don't know if it's a problem, but because I've been doing YouTube for like 5 years and then podcasting for 2 years. Every time I'm like in certain scenarios, I'm like, this is amazing content. Like I think of my life as content, or like I hear somebody passionate about something, like you should make videos about this, or like, right. I don't know if it's something wrong with me,
like the way I look at
that's the way I look at it.
I always look at it like I told friends, like just do it, fucking do it. Like we're the worst thing, nobody watches it.
Yeah,
and nobody cares because at the end of the day, no one fucking cares.
No one cares. But you're also documenting your life, and then that's the biggest thing I learned too. Is like, even if you get 2 listeners or 1 listen, nobody listens. You could go back and see your thoughts, see yourself when you were younger. Hear yourself.
I was planning on doing this to my podcast because like I think it would have been cool to do. I don't know what time it is right now, but I thought it would have been cool to record and then have it be like, I'm turning. What time is it?
9:50.
Cool. I still have time, so I might be able to do this. I might be able to go back to my place and record my podcast like while I turn 27, and it'd be like, this is fucking cool. Like I'm turning 27 right now, and then be like, hey, child I have in the future. Like, your dad, like I'm going through some stuff right now, but I'm pushing through it. I'm going to be okay. And you're going to be okay with no matter what you do in life. Cause like, it's so weird to think about like how easily we have access to our phones and technology and all these like photos we have, all these stupid fucking photos we have, all these stupid selfies you have that you've sent to people that you would not show 90% of the population. But when your kid finds this shit, it's going to be so like, how many photos do you have your dad when he was your age?
Not that many.
Exactly. Like seeing your dad, like when you see a photo of your dad when he was like in high school, you're like, holy shit. Dude.
Yeah, it's so like you see or even like anybody, your dad, your mom, a grandparent when they were younger, you're like, man, I wonder what their life was like. What were their thoughts? Like, I wish I had video because it's all these old photographs of like old people. But it's like, that's why I want to do more videos. I want to put myself out there because even now, I look back at videos from 2015. I'm like, oh shit, I remember that moment. Right. I remember that vlog. Like 20 views or whatever, but like, that shit changes you.
I don't want to say like, so like with doing like stand up, like I have this notebook, like I've written down my set list. Most set lists I've ever done, I've written down in it. And I kind of, cause like Jerry Seinfeld, he's kept every like joke set he's ever written down. And I'm like, ever. And I'm like, that's so fucking cool. I also think like part of me is gonna be a lot of money someday if I'm big, you know. But like I don't want to think like that. But also it's gonna be cool if my kid finds this. Like my dad tried to be a stand-up comedian. He failed at it, but he tried it. And here's his fucking notebook with all this stupid shit he had written down. And like it's so weird to think like I don't have a recording of my dad's voice before I met him. You know, like to me, my dad's always sounds like my dad.
Yeah.
Like I hope I don't sound like this to my children. Like it's gonna be weird if I sound like this. You know what I mean? Like like you gotta sound like the dad. Like well. And then you gotta like clear your throat every time before you talk, like a dad. You know, like it's just so weird to think like our kids are gonna like Angel. Our kids could find this one day.
Oh, for sure,
dude.
They're gonna be watching this shit. Like these motherfuckers were doing this. Dude, they should have been investing in cryptocurrency.
The crypto, okay. I don't have disposable income for crypto. Okay.
So you don't fuck with crypto?
It's like I'd rather get into gambling than crypto.
Sports gambling.
I think I'd be better at that. I want to get into that. Once it becomes legal in California, ooh, I'm gonna be fucking broke. I'm gonna be broke.
Do you do DraftKings and stuff like that or no?
No, because not yet. I'd rather do the low risk like parlays. I want to bet like because on the Spread Out podcast, I predicted every game for week 1. I was wrong on 2 games.
I heard you talking about that.
Oh yeah. I'm like that's pretty good. You know, like it's hard to predict. Like, and after a while, like don't get me wrong, this NFL season's kind of crazy because like some shit like the Chiefs aren't as good as I thought. The Raiders won a game after they fired their fucking head coach.
Yeah,
not fired, resigned. Which talking about that, fuck the Raiders. Secondly, it's so dumb that John Gruden said like some obviously awful shit, no debate. If you think he didn't, fuck you. And like the Raiders can't come out and be like, we're firing him. Fuck this guy. Because, right, if you said some shit like that at your work, on your work email, whatever, they'd like, we're firing you. You can't be like, I resigned. They're like, who fucking gives a shit, Angel? You're fired. Yeah. Like, you know? But, like, it sucks that they can't just be like, we're firing him. Fuck that. You know? Like, if I was the owner of the Raiders, I'd be like, there's no conversation. We're firing you. Pack your shit. I'm going to kick you out. You know? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. And you don't have that as satisfaction.
No, but like it's like they let him not get away with it, but like
he was a scapegoat though. They say they went over
there's
650,000 emails, and he was the only one that had anything bad. He was a scapegoat, bro.
Jerry Jones, we're looking at you. Jerry Jones is definitely he's racist. Let's look at him,
dude. There's I bet like I don't know 40% of the coaches or players have had some shit on the emails. That would get them canceled. 100%.
Well, dude, like it's like and then like the Washington football team, like
there was nothing on him.
Oh, nothing. No, well, like the guy who Bruce Allen, he was getting the emails. Yeah, like you don't hear anything what he said. He's not on the team anymore, but still, like and like they're Washington football team investigated for sexual assault, and
the cheerleaders flying them out with sponsors to like islands to like.
Fuck, they're doing that. Oh, that's.
You didn't hear about that?
No, that's wild.
They said they would have like a team, something like some island or not an island or like they would go to the beach or something where like the cheerleaders would be there to hang out with the sponsors of the team, just hang out. So they were forced to like hang out, and I don't know what they did. They didn't disclose that, but
I don't like that.
They were forcing the cheerleaders to hang out with the sponsors and shit.
Speaking of which, have you ever seen that show, Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders?
No.
It's one of the most like women not supporting women shows. It's like these women are obviously some of the best like athletic women I've ever seen. Yeah. And they're like, you need to lose like 5 pounds. You're kind of fat. It's so toxic. And I think that's why they don't have it this year, because it's like one of those things like like it was on country music television. Oh, okay. It's one of those things like, oh yeah, this has
I don't watch a lot of that, bro.
No, it was my ex watched it, and like it was, don't get me wrong, the talent like. I don't want to like. I watched it for the talent. I swear to God, I'm not a pervert. But like, you know, like they are talented.
No, yeah.
But, and like, you know, it's like watching people get cut and like the drama of that. It's like Hard Knocks, but for girls.
I remember watching some shit. I think on YouTube, maybe was it like about Chargers? Like they had like a Chargers trial for cheerleaders, and they were cutting people. They were like cutting them to get the final roster or whatever. And it was like the NFL. You know, they have trials like these freshly out of college, like rookies, and they're trying to make the team.
It is wild though. How like there's an open trial, not an open trial, but it's pretty much an open trial.
Yeah.
And if I was an NFL GM, I'd have an open trial. I'd be like, fuck it, give us $80. This is what I would do. My plan. You ready? If I was an NFL GM, I would have open trials. It'd be $80 or whatever, how much I think it like you sign it, cover the insurance, because obviously
securities.
And we're gonna donate all the charity. Because obviously I'm a billionaire. I can afford it. Yeah. You know? We're going to donate it to charity, donate it to the Boys and Girls Club, fucking Children's Hospital, whatever the fuck you want to do. Whatever makes you feel good inside. And we're going to just, you got to bring us cleats and sign a waiver. And we're going to try you out. Fuck it. There's so many guys who around the country who would drive from LA to New York to try out for that team.
But you don't think that happens already though? Because I feel like if you have any type of talent, you do get open to those like the training camps.
There's that kicker destroying or
he hasn't got a called up. The Chargers need to sign that motherfucker, bro.
What the fuck? Like he's literally kicking like 70-yard field goals and no one like why?
And he's like he runs like a 4.6.
Dude, come on,
the Chargers kickers missed 5 extra points already, bro, and they haven't cut him. Like
I wish I could go back in time and learn how to kick a football because I would be the loudest shit talking kicker possible. I would be like the meme kicker. I'd like pull up and I want my own press conferences as a kicker, and they'd be like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yes, please."
Dude, going back to Philip Rivers being one of the most unluckiest quarterback, like just the special teams around him, bro. Like
it's still like
we can't return a kick more than like 15 yards.
We
bro.
cut Young Ho Koo. I think I said his name right.
Yeah.
And now he's the best kicker in the league. Beside Justin Tucker.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so frustrating. And then Josh Lambo was a really good kicker for a while. After we cut him, Michael Badgley was not bad. He was
scoring this weekend too.
What team is he on right now?
Fuck, I don't remember. But I just remember people talking about Michael Badgley. Maybe he made like some kicks and they're like, fuck, we needed him.
Dude, and we cut him. I'm like, why did we cut him? He wasn't bad.
He was actually super accurate inside of 40. But he couldn't make shit from like 40 to 50.
Hey, that's fine. Let's make the extra point. Can we please just make a fucking extra point?
So annoying. The Browns game, bro. We're trying to keep up with them, and then it fucking misses the extra point at the end. And I was like, we're gonna fucking lose because of that one point. I was like,
dude,
this
we
is so
got
stupid.
Lucky. Like that game was one of the
PI,
best. That was one of the best. Okay, PI is a whole different fucking thing.
But we got robbed against the Cowboys, so it kind of makes sense.
I don't remember the Cowboys game. I was a little buzzed during that game.
So we had 2 touchdowns to get for illegal shift, and then
that's right.
And then Herbert was like backing up. He threw a pass.
That
and they called
fucking sack. That was some bullshit.
That was bullshit.
Half the NFL like it's like the I don't know if you don't follow baseball. The Giants Dodgers ending the fucking called strike, dude. It's one of those things like if you don't make that call, there's nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? Like if you just like hey. Or like it wasn't a sack, obviously, but now you give people like you and me something to talk about and bitch about for like the next 3 years.
So, but that's what the NFL's hit and miss. So, like sometimes your team gets screwed, sometimes the calls go your way. So it's like also it's a one play on a fucking 42 to 35 games. It's like
and football does not come down to one play. It never does. Don't get me wrong. There are moments.
It feels like that because the way the game is made for TV, like, it's a perfect game. It's just so fucking stimulating.
Oh,
they have the fucking timeouts. You got these amazing camera angles now. Like, it's so fucking visually, it's the best fucking sport.
Look, I told my job I can't work Sundays anymore because I just want to watch football. If I'm working Sundays, if I'm at work, I'm gonna be like, I want to watch football. I don't watch football. You know what I mean? Like Thursdays, I will put on most Thursday games for at least like a couple minutes and see like how's it going. The blowout. Well, all right, let's
close game, yeah.
Let's go. If it's a close game, like, ooh, fourth quarter.
Let me watch the fourth quarter.
Right, yeah. Like, fuck, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, if it's two teams I care about, like, the other day, I think I turned on the Jags and Bengals. Or no, I won't watch the London games. I'm not getting up at 6 a.m. to watch the London game. Fuck no. And
especially if it's like Jets fucking Jaguars. Like,
fuck no. Like, dude, how, like, okay, we're Charger fans, and people give a shit about it. How are you a Jaguars fan? How could you be a Jaguars fan? And then be like, they're awful a lot, or the Jets are awful a lot. You know what I mean? Like the Chargers, we have our bad years, but like, when's the last time we were truly awful?
Probably since like before Philip Rivers,
right? Like, well, when Ryan Leaf was on the team, I think the last time we were truly like the worst team, and like this sucks being a fan.
You know, I always thought about those like what if scenarios. So in 2004 or 2006 or 2004 when we drafted Rivers. We drafted Eli. But if we would have believed that Drew Brees was going to come back from the injury, we could have drafted Larry Fitzgerald to go with LT and then Gates. That would have been with prime Brees. Imagine that offense. Because Fitzgerald went like 7th overall in that same draft.
Damn,
that could have been crazy.
That would have been nuts. Drew Brees. Drew Brees toward the end of his career was one of those ones like how like, hey, fucking hang it up. You know what I mean?
His arm couldn't.
Dude, like him, Big Ben's the same way right now.
Big Ben's out, yeah. Rivers still had some. He couldn't throw deep, but he's so accurate, like a mid range.
That like he's saying like he's ready.
He's ready for a playoff team.
Oh, dude, and I can totally see it. Like it's such how. Don't get me wrong. Oh, I don't even want to say it. I don't want to say it because I heard like someone say, "What if you come back to the Chargers?" And like, cause like something.
I don't. No, fuck that. I thought about that too, but I was like, no, hell no. Nothing happened to Herbert for 10 years.
But like, and it sucks because like I understand him wanting to play, but like if I was an NFL player and I was on a team, I'd be like, hey, pay me whatever you want. I want to stay here forever. Like, I will stay with this team until it fucking kills me. You know, because like just that loyalty of being like, not even talking shit about players, but like that loyalty of like, I'm with this team and this city loves me. Like, you know, like Antonio Gates to San Diego.
Yeah.
San Diego, like LT to LT left to go to New York, but still, like LT's or Junior Seau.
Well, LT's all San Diego.
No, you know what I mean.
He still reps. Every time he's the only commentator like on those fucking shows that always supports the Chargers because we get no love. Like even when we beat fucking the Chiefs, when we beat the Browns, it was always like, oh, is this Baker Mayfield this? Or like when we beat the Chiefs, why are the Chiefs struggling? Like we get no fucking media coverage.
Chiefs are struggling because their defense is fucking awful. I think
it's terrible.
Dude, I was looking at on like Sunday night or something when they introduced the defense. I'm like, beside Tyrann Mathieu, who the fuck is on this fucking defense?
Oh, it's so trash.
It's like, dude.
They have like one D lineman. I forgot his name.
Chris Jones.
But everyone else is
everyone like
trash.
Daniel Sorensen just looks racist and gets burnt all the fucking time. Like you look at it, like look at his face, like, oh yeah, he's definitely said some shit to the fucking receivers.
Yeah, it's I think they just get put in a bad situation too. Because Patrick Mahomes either scores so fast or they go 3 and out, and then the defense is on the field the whole fucking game, just getting ran on, everything.
Dude, like I'm kind of happy John Gruden got fired because the Raiders were looking not awful. They were looking okay.
They were in that purgatory where they're like, they don't suck, but they're also not good. And
right. They're not going to be a playoff team, obviously. And neither the Broncos. Hate to break it to you. You know? Like,
the Broncos were 3-0, and all the teams they beat were like 0-12.
The Jets. They were like the Jets, the Giants, and who else did they beat? Fucking someone else awful. I don't know. Yeah, someone fucking awful. And I was like, people are like, oh, they're 3-0. Are they legit? I'm like, no, they're not fucking legit. No. I'll fucking tell you that right now.
They played 2 decent teams. They lost.
When did the Chargers have a bye this week?
Yeah, we buy when they play the Patriots at home.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
That's gonna be a tough game.
My friend might have his baby my friend's a Patriots fan. He might have his baby that day to play the Chargers. And I'm like, shit. So like, dude. Might be some mad shit talking. I told him like if the Chargers win. Okay, so my name's Dominic, right? Which is a very Italian name. And his last name. Shout out to Travis Ferrari. There you go, buddy. His name's Ferrari. I'm like, Dominic Ferrari would be the coolest fucking Italian name ever. His last name is Ferrari, like the fucking car.
That's bad,
right? That's sick as fuck.
Does he have any affiliation to
the car? Nah, he's fucking broke. He's broke. He's a fucking cop in Florida. Yeah. He's fucking broke as shit.
That would be a good name, Dominic Ferrari. How do you feel about Chargers? Like the whole narrative that they don't have fans.
Or don't get me wrong. Are we like the fucking Cowboys? No. Are we the Raiders? No. But any small market team that's not LA, that's not New York, that's not a fucking powerhouse is not going to have his fans like they should. San Diego is one of those cities Padre games are the shit. Padre games are so much fucking fun. Charger games, I'm sure, when they were in San Diego, before the rumors of them moving, were fucking selling out. Like, you see the photos of those playoff games and those fucking big Monday night games. They're fucking sold out stadium. It's just like, it's one of those things like, of course we don't have fans when you compare it to everybody else. And when the fucking Cowboys come to town, the fucking Raiders come to town, of course they're going to sell out the fucking stadium. When the Raiders when they were in LA for 20 fucking years, and then their team moves 6 hours north of LA, and then they come down to San Diego, which is 2 hours south of LA, of course. Every fucking cholo is going to come down from LA and go watch the fucking Raiders, right? Like, I also hate the fact that ways, especially now, growing up, like in SoCal, there's teams from everywhere. Like, I hate, here, hot take. If you're a fan of a team, of a city you've never been to, you're an idiot. Like, or you've never seen your team play in person, how? That's
the thing. I talked about it in another podcast, and I even made like a TikTok. I was like, how are you a Patriots fan and you don't know anybody in Massachusetts? You're some Mexican food that lives in California, and you don't know anybody over there. You've never been there, and you're a Patriots fan, right? Or you're a Steelers fan and you have no family there. You don't know anybody there, but you fucking
right. No, it's weird because like luckily I grew up in San Diego, so I had that connection. Like I remember somebody asked me like living out here, like how are you a Padres fan? I'm like, how am I a fucking Padres fan?
They live 2 hours away.
Like I think San Diego might be closer than LA, but like it's one of the things like
it's about the same.
It's like the same.
2 hours,
2.5. It's insulting. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Of course, like why not? Sorry, I'm not a fucking. Oh, dude,
it's so stupid. So okay, going back to the Chargers. So the reason I've noticed this just based on being a fan, why we don't have fans at the stadium. So it's like, look at the tickets, bro. The tickets to the Browns game, they were $70. $70, the cheapest ticket, and it was like 70% Charger fans at the Browns game. The Cowboys game, the tickets were like $300.
Oh.
So if I'm a Chargers fan and I'm like, oh shit, I got to take my family and like a friend, I'm going to spend $900 on tickets plus the parking plus the travel. Or I could go to a Browns game and spend this maybe $300. I'm gonna go to a Browns game. And then if you're a Cowboys fan, the Cowboys play in LA every 3 years.
Right.
So you're a Cowboys fan. I'll spend the money because I only come here every 3 years.
Yeah.
You're a Packers fan. I'll go watch I'll watch them local.
LA is a city of as a transplant city.
Yeah.
Like nobody's from LA. Very few people are from LA, and the people who are from LA aren't the richest people in the
world.
Like especially because like parking at the stadium is fucking nuts. Like
parking, inside it's crazy. Bro.
My parents just moved to Vegas, right? And we were like, oh, like before COVID happened, we're like, oh yeah, they're moving to Vegas. Fucking like the Chargers are gonna play in Vegas. My brother lives with my parents, so like we're both huge Charger fans. Like, all right, we're gonna go to a fucking Charger Raider game. Try not to get fucking stabbed in Vegas. Let's fucking go. $600. Take it. Like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah, there's no way.
That's literally like 2 months rent. If I wanted to go and have a nice time, a good time, and not be like, I'm getting a bag of chips and a water for my meal. Like, no.
Yeah, it's just
I'm getting drunk.
Living in California is already expensive, and I'm not going to play. So it happens with every team. So the teams that sell out, like the Packers, the Steelers, the Cowboys, the Raiders, even some Bears, like all these people. And also you take into account all these cities I mentioned, they're cold weather cities. People move to Southern California. They move to Arizona. So if you live in Arizona, you're a Green Bay Packers fan. Oh shit! I'll drive 3 hours to LA to watch the fucking Packers once every 3 years.
Exactly.
So you're willing to pay those $400 per ticket. But for us, it's like I even thought about going to a game, and I was like, I wanted to go to the Cowboy game because it was the first home game, and I was like, fuck, $300 a ticket, and I'm gonna go with a couple people, and I'm not gonna spend like $1,000 on that.
Exactly, because you're like, I want to have fun. I want to fucking buy a fucking.
Oh, you know which game I'm 90% gonna go to?
Which one?
December 16, Thursday night football against the Chiefs, SoFi Stadium.
Okay, that'd be pretty fucking sick.
It's Thursday night, bro. That sounds fucking bad.
Okay.
And the tickets they're not that bad right now. It's probably better to buy them right now that the Chiefs are struggling, because if you buy them when they're like in the playoff hunt and we're in the playoff hunt, it's gonna be fucking pricey. Dude. So right now would be a good time.
And also, I'm one of those people. I love watching a game at home. At home is like football is one of those weird things. Like you don't have a best view from everywhere in the stadium. You know, I haven't been to a lot of football games just from like seeing videos. I'm like, oh, that doesn't look like I would have been rather save $1,000 and been at home drunk on my couch. You know, screaming at my television.
Yeah, I consider getting season tickets for this season, but for the same thing, it's like the COVID thing. Right. I wasn't vaccinated at the time, so I was like, "Fuck! Am I gonna be allowed to be in the stadium?" And then it was like, the 2014 that I had the Qualcomm season tickets, bro. It was so hard driving every 2 weeks to San Diego, fucking getting drunk, driving back, going to work.
That's the one thing. Like if I live in LA, I'm getting season tickets. Oh, for sure. Instantly. Yeah, like my brother, shout out to Gilbert Houghton, fucking had season tickets to the Padres. Oh, you know where he lives? Vegas.
Oh shit!
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, fucking sick, right? Like I love the Padres. Hold on, let me adjust this. Yeah, I fucking love my Padres. I like when he was like, "Oh, I'm going to the game." I'm like, yes, I will gladly go with you. But it's also one of those things like you're gonna drive that far, and like he wouldn't drive because he's only like 19, and he fucking was working a nice job, living at my parents' house, was making like he's like spending money, and like I felt bad because I'm like if I was at the game, I don't want to get drunk all the time. I want to drive. I'm like, I don't want to drive. I want to like give me a 20-minute Uber back to my place and let me fall asleep.
That's how if I live in the city, that's how it would be. Oh, how do you feel about the Chargers on social media promoting the Dodgers?
Blasphemy. It hurts my soul and my heart.
I read the comments every time.
The comments are so like, fuck you. Like we're not Dodger fans. No, it's so. What are you gonna do when the Padres in the playoffs? Are they gonna even acknowledge it? We shared a stadium for like 25 years. They should have stayed him for like 50 years. Till 04 when they left. When the Padres left.
They opened. Yeah. Yeah, I just think it's disrespectful. So I feel like
they don't care. They don't care.
I don't know why they're trying to distance themselves though. It's like the history's there. I know you move to the bigger market it makes sense long term. The next 100 years, they're gonna build a fan base.
I don't think they're gonna be there for that long. I think now that San Diego State's building a new stadium, I think it's gonna be like, hey, come on back.
I don't know. I think they're invested too much. At least not for the next 10 years.
No, I think.
And then Herbert wins the Super Bowl there. So the thing with NFL fan bases or any sport in general, like there's a study on this. You become a fan of a team because they're when you're like I think between 9 years old and like 12 or 14. If that team wins when you're that young, you become a fan of them. So there's a lot of kids that became Panthers fans because Cam Newton was like the Superman. There's kids that became Falcons fans because Michael Vick was like running around when they were like kids and he was amazing. So it's like you become a fan of a team during your development years. So right now They're in LA. If Herbert wins 1 Super Bowl, 2 Super Bowls, the Chargers are always in the playoffs.
I would like to make it to Super Bowl.
The next 30, 40, 50 years is going to be a shitload more Charger fans.
No, and that's how it works. But I just like one of those things. I feel like if every fan who stuck with them, a lot of fans ditched them once they left, which sucks.
Which they didn't, though.
What do you mean?
They say they did. They say they ditched them, but they all watched.
Oh no! There's a guy I work with. He's like, oh yeah, he's from San Diego. Fucking moved out here like last year. He's like, yeah, like once the Chargers left, my whole family watched. But I'm like, oh, but you're still like follow and like you like I just don't root for the Chargers like I used to. Like I follow. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
I have family in San Diego. They're like, I'm only gonna wear San Diego shit. And I watched them, but I'm never going to buy LA shit. I'm not going to go to a game in LA.
I'll go to a game in LA. If I can find some San Diego Charger gear, I am buying that shit.
Yeah.
Every Christmas.
The new jerseys look hard, though. You gotta get your new jersey, though.
I got to get a jersey.
What size you wear?
I'm a large. Fucking Venmo at the
His birthday's 14. Tomorrow.
Birthday's tomorrow. In like an hour. Fucking, where you at, friends? Yeah. Talking to you.
Get this man a Chargers large.
Please. Jerseys. Justin Herbert or Keenan Allen?
My friend, he came down. He lives in LA. He came down here to the Valley last weekend. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go to a mall, see if they have a Herbert jersey. Sold out.
Sold out.
Everything, bro.
Good.
Herbert sold out.
Good.
They only had, I think, Joey Bosa was the only jersey they had.
I like offense too much to get a defensive jersey. I feel disrespectful because I love the offense. Like offense is my favorite part.
I have like 4 jerseys. So I have a Gates. I have a Rivers Color Rush, a Joey Bosa Color Rush, and I have an Eric Weddle, 32.
Good choices. Yeah. Good choices, bro.
But I haven't bought a jersey in like 3-4 years.
They're so expensive.
I know.
It's like one of those things. Like it's $150 for a jersey right now.
I haven't even checked,
dude. I saw some baseball jerseys going for like $200, and like I want to buy the fake jersey just to get
buy a fake jersey. So. My Gates one, I bought it through some fool on Twitter like years ago. I remember
you saw some fool at the swap meet. I'm like, oh, definitely some fool at the swap meet, dude.
No, it was some black fool, And so this dude on Twitter, he was like, hey, I got to connect for jerseys, and I used to follow him for a long time, so it wasn't like a random. I hit him. I was like, how much? He's like, oh, $50. So just let me know which one you want.
Right.
And
how does it feel? Like, it feel good? Like
yeah, it's good quality.
Okay.
Everything like it.
I remember
it looked real and shit.
Going to a public high school in Indio, California. I remember seeing the kids with the upside down bolts and like shit. You know, you see the ones you can tell like, oh, you got yours for like $10.
But I used to, when you were younger, you judge them. But when you're older, you're like, fuck it, they're trying to save money. Like I don't have a problem with anybody.
It's just like that little part of me because also like fuck the NFL. I don't want to give them any more of my money than I have to. Like if I could illegally stream every game confidently,
for sure,
I fucking totally would. But also I'm the cuck that I'm like, how much is Sunday ticket?
Bro, that's just addicting, bro. It's like a fucking adrenaline rush.
Do you like Red Zone? Are you a Red Zone guy?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I know my ADHD is too much. I can't. I'm like, Then I like watching the entire game, watching the rhythms, the fucking.
Depending on the game. So if it's no game I want to watch, Red Zone.
Oh.
If it's a starting game, I'm like, oh, this is a good matchup. You know, like I get a Tom Brady versus, you know.
Yes.
Of course, Charger games, I watch them exclusively. Sunday night, depending on the sometimes I don't watch all Sunday nights if the matchup sucks.
I watch most Sunday nights. The only games I know I will most of the time skip are Thursday.
Thursday.
It sucks because
Sunday's cool. I mean Monday's cool.
Monday's cool. Monday, especially after work, come home like who's playing tonight? Oh, let's fucking.
Even as a shitty team, you just put it on because you're eating. Or whatever.
Exactly. Like that's how I am with like
I've been recently though. I've been doing more those highlights on YouTube. So sometimes when I get too busy or I have to come to a podcast or I've been prioritizing like I don't want to take the time off to watch the game. Right. So what I do is like I don't watch or hear who wins. You put on the highlight. It doesn't tell you on the fucking thumbnail or nothing. So you're watching it like I'm like, oh fuck, they're gonna get that conversion, and then oh shit, that team scored. It's pretty cool.
I want to do like a TikTok like highlight thing, like because I feel like I can do that and it'd be fun. Like how Chris Berman does the fastest 3 minutes on Monday night. I will stop everything to watch that Monday night like yeah. He's like, oh, and they're stumbling, rumbling. I fucking.
Have you heard of the Part of My Take podcast?
I've heard a little bit.
They do that every. It's like every Sunday recap.
It's just fucking too many podcasts to listen to.
It's way too many podcasts.
Dude, I tried.
But they do that, Chris Berman, but it's funny as fuck because this was like saying like funny ass shit instead.
Dude, I want to do that on TikTok. I think that'd be really cool to do on TikTok. I feel like it's I feel like especially with the internet nowadays, like we were talking, like just fucking do it. You want to do something? Oh,
do you post a lot of stuff on TikTok?
I post stand-up clips every now and then. It's got a couple hundred views. Like you look at how many views you get, you're like, man, how many people fucking viewed it and like watched it? I don't care if they liked it, but like how many people viewed it?
Yeah,
that's kind of fucking
TikTok's crazy, bro.
Dude, TikTok, it's so crazy. My favorite TikTok. Are you on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Dude, TikTok's addicting.
Yeah.
It's like, I saw this things like before COVID, like when TikTok first came out, people our age were like, I didn't download that shit. That's fucking copying Vine. Fuck that shit. And then like during COVID, like, like just for hours, just fucking.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things like you look at it, you're like, how are people doing this? Like this is, like, I see some of the really like advanced, like really like cool ones where they do like the fucking like transition edits. That's too much effort. I'm like, you couldn't teach, like if you had a class and I had to get an A in that class, I'm getting a B in that class at best.
Like I done a lot of video editing, so I know how to make some of those like crazy edits, but I'm like, that shit's that's hard, bro.
I saw this thing.
I don't have, my biggest problem's always been I don't have a niche.
Oh yeah.
I just make whatever.
I think that's part of being successful on the internet, especially like with a podcast or anything like that. Like, you know, like yours is like really like your podcast is really like valley based and like, you know, we're a lot of local talk
and personal interviews.
Yeah, personal interviews. But like with with my football podcast, I had a friend who came up to me, he's like, we should do a podcast. Well, what are we gonna talk about? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, so what's the point?
Yeah.
You know, like let's talk about something. You know, let's do something, you know? But like football, I'm like, if I can just talk about football, I really I can talk football all day. Obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and like I feel like once you find that niche, it's really good to like not exploit, kind of, but you know, just a little bit like find it and just bang.
When do you record your football podcast?
When?
Yeah. I mean, looking at your analytics, dude, 2 weeks ago.
2? I think I last recorded week 2. No, it was
like week 3.
Week 3.
I don't remember.
I say you know more than I do. Shit. I tried to record. I was okay. So I wanted to do.
No, well, just when you were doing them, what days?
Wait, I was trying to do Fridays before or after the Thursday. So like Friday before, after the Thursday, recap the Thursday game and preview the Sunday games. And I wanted to do again on Tuesday, recapping the Sundays and the Mondays, and then previewing the Thursday game. Because like Thursday game is always like, like who fucking cares? Like, you know, sometimes they'd be like, fucking Jets, and like I don't care, fuck this game, you know. But like, yeah, I was trying to do that, and like, if I could find that niche of just people who are like tired of like the boring fucking suits on TV arguing, just like literally arguing with each other about
over the same topics.
But hot takes. Just like,
but it's like the I don't have a problem with the arguments and them recapping the games, but I get tired of it. It's only the Cowboys, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, maybe some Baker Mayfield because he's polarizing, but that's it. Like they don't talk about the Ravens.
Dude, and like when I see the Chargers in a commercial, I'm like, oh, there we are. Look at us. Hey, look. You know,
it's just annoying, bro. Like I've always thought about starting a Chargers podcast. I've been wanting to do it for years.
Hey, bro.
I was looking for somebody to do that shit with me.
If you're trying to court me, dude,
I'm just saying.
Say no more.
I got equipment. I got fucking.
Obviously, you have equipment. You're more equipment than I.
So the problem is, so this current studio, I only have 30th. So I'm gonna be moving. That's the thing that sucks. It's like I gotta set up a new spot in the meantime when I find a new studio. So, it might just be like super low production, but I have the equipment, so we could do some shit.
My shit literally is a little USB mic I bought off Amazon and my MacBook, and like fucking
just hit record, drink some Miller Lite.
No, Coors Light. I'm white trash, sir. Coors Light. And like, yeah, that's the thing I was thinking. Like, I remember told someone how much I spent on the microphone. Like, you're gonna spend like that much on a microphone? I'm like, it was like $25. Like, it's nothing. Yeah. Like, who cares? And like it's an investment. Like, you know, I could make money off this. If I don't make money, I don't fucking care.
It's fun. You're talking about football. You're talking about fucking Coachella. Like,
I would do this shit anyways. Like, you know, if you and me went out to lunch, like there'd be
we talking about the same shit.
The only difference, we'd have food in front of us.
Yeah. Or in our phones, and we'd be distracted. That's the thing about like podcasting, bro. It's because like you don't have conversations like this no more. Even like you said with your friend, you're talking with your friend and shit, but every like 5 minutes they're like texting somebody.
Some girl texting me.
Oh, someone's calling me. Like, let me check my Instagram.
Yeah.
It's not this.
I've really been good about like, I feel like I was a bad listener for a long time, and like being like, say like I had this bad habit. Like, I don't know if I've done it. I don't even realize if I've done it now, but like say when you're talking, I'll just think, oh, what am I going to say? What am I saying? What am I saying next? Like, I'm like, you know, like barely listening, but like kind of listening. But luckily, as I've gotten older and like more listen, like I've heard,
you're
like
more calm, dude.
And like not even calm. Like I'm listening to a lot of podcasts and hearing them talk. Like, no, you gotta listen to what they're saying.
Yeah,
like, you can't just be like, oh, blah 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 blah. You know, like yeah, I do it sometimes just because my mind goes.
I think everybody does it. It's
like,
just,
but you know what I mean? Like sitting there and listening, and you hear someone make a point, you're like, holy fuck, that's a good fucking point. You know what I mean? Like this guy's actually fucking smart. Holy shit. You know?
Yeah, that's what's cool about podcasting. It's like you improve yourself, and it's just like almost like improv.
Right.
You're not trying to be funny, but just like you're going off each other's.
Dude, it is fun though, because like you get going in a rhythm. Like especially like don't get me wrong, like. I don't know if you listened. Like there was a podcast episode I did where I did a live fantasy draft, and I just kept drinking and drinking and drinking during a fantasy draft. It was so much fucking fun because literally at one point I'm jumping. I'm like, Robert Tonyan, I'm gonna get Robert Tonyan, and then he gets picked up. I'm like, God fucking damn it, shit, fuck. Like there goes this, you know, like just so stupid. And if you like fantasy football, you're like, yes, I've been there. Yes.
Yeah. Or like the show The League. Have you seen that one?
I haven't seen The League. I've heard The League is great.
It's great.
Oh, dude, I need to watch that show.
It's fantasy football, but they take it to the extreme. Like, it makes you like question the people you play fantasy football with. You're like, man, I wish I had fucking people that are committed like this.
Dude, finding people to commit, like all the people I've committed to, not talking shit about you guys. You guys.
Anyways, not you guys, the other team, the other league I'm in.
I had a league of like a bunch of guys I went to high school with, and this year we just didn't do it. Like, fucking, like we didn't do it last, we did it last year? We might have done it last year. But like we were doing it for a few years, and then like the past years, we've been like, sorry. Probably my fault. I'm supposed to set it up.
You're the
I was always one of those things on my message. I'm like, season starts Thursday. It's Tuesday. Who wants to do a fantasy football league? You know what I mean? It's like always like a lot. I always forget it, like up to the last minute. Like and then, dude, another story. I gotta tell you about a draft I did this year with my brother.
Yeah,
fucking, it was wild. It was so nuts. Fucking, and then they're like, I always set up last minute, and then I always find a different league to join. I've done like the random leagues, so I was like having like 4 teams. I hate people who are like, I need one fantasy football team.
Oh, that's annoying.
But I'm like, come on, like I just like it's not that hard. I set it up, like I'll do it on my 10-minute work
takes
break.
like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, set it up,
change the flags.
Yeah, exactly.
Pick up a waiver.
Wake up early on Sunday. You know, except with the London games. Fuck the London games. The London games are fucking me up, dude. Fucking wake. I literally, luckily, my sleep has been so trash lately. I woke up at 5 a.m. the other Sunday and just like. Checking with a fantasy, like, okay, Cordell Patterson's out, gotta change him around. And like, so like, yeah, it's like I wish I had a group of guys to like meet in person, do a fantasy draft. That shit looks
that shit looks fun. I've never done that.
No. So maybe next year.
next
year. Okay.
No, because even the people I play with will have like, everyone's cool in the beginning, and then like 5 weeks into the season, like 3 of them don't even change their line.
I'm like 0-5 in one league. I'm like, fuck it, trade Kyle Pitts. I don't care. Maybe I'll win next week. Like, fuck it.
Yeah, it's just like, it's annoying. Not just like for whatever team you pick, but I feel like some people in the league don't even try 5-6 weeks in. Like they don't even change their lineup. Dude, it's like they drafted like fucking great ass players and they don't even.
Oh, dude! Like,
they're winning on the automatic fucking simulation shit.
Or like they'll do like, you see like this guy's like 3 of his players aren't a buy this week. Fucking idiot! Like wow! Like they don't even try.
And that's that. It kind of loses some of the fun. Like I feel like you gotta have people committed. Right. I've never done those. I've seen people do those, like the money leagues.
The money league. I was gonna do like this year. We had a fucking tattoo. We had a tattoo league because obviously I have tattoos, and then we were gonna do like if you
the winner gets a tattoo.
No, loser. Last place gets a tattoo. We decide.
Oh, shit.
You can decide on the placement, and it's nothing vulgar. Like, they're not gonna make you get a dick. Like one year, some guy got JB for Justin Bieber. That was it.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you know what? I'm dumb enough. Let's fucking do it. Like, I'll get something stupid. Fucking, I have a bunch of stupid. I don't have a bunch of stupid tattoos. I don't even have a dumb. Have you seen my desert tattoo?
No.
Dude, have you seen this shit? You ready, guys? I have a fucking local homegrown. You see it?
Oh shit! The pawn strings.
Fucking elephant car wash, baby. Desert trash right here. No, it's like I was like, you know, like I'll fucking get a tattoo. I don't give a fuck. But So, I was in a fantasy draft with my little brother. Because my friend, Travis, shout out Travis, sorry, again, we started a league. He's like, hey, do you know anybody to do a fantasy league? I'm like, yes, my little brother, shout out to Gilbert Houghton, we'll do a fantasy league. He's just like me, like, I'll have fucking 6 teams. I don't give a shit. You want to put me in a fantasy league? Please. I need more guy friends, really. You know? And, like, he was in a league, like, you know, they're on the East Coast, so they're like fucking 3 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, it's at 7. I'm like, 7. I'm off work by then. He's like, it's like, oh no, 7 East Coast time. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm at work. So I was like doing the draft at work while I work with fucking kids. Yeah. Kids are like, Dominic, I go to the bathroom. I'm like, hold on, I'm up next. Fucking wait, shit. And then my little brother was at work too. He was stuck at work. So it was an auto draft. He drafted 5 quarterbacks in a row.
Damn.
Dude, it was madness. Because in the chat, like I was, my work was slow enough where I could just be in the chat and we're all like, no. He got to like Patrick Mahomes' first pick in the first pick in this, the 5th pick in the first round. I'm spitting everywhere. That's disgusting.
It's okay.
It was like Patrick Mahomes. We're like, oh, dude, like, all right, Patrick Mahomes' first round pick. Like, that's
a solid pick, solid pick. Points.
Kyler Murray. We're like, all right, dude. Josh Allen. We're like, what are you doing? And this is a computer, and I'm trying to text him like, Gilbert, get on the fucking draft. Stop it. And then it's like, Josh Allen, fucking Justin Herbert. And then we're like, this might be a crazy plan. This might work. And then we're like, wait, no. This is madness. And then it kept going. And you have to, I think, 5 or 6 quarterbacks in a row. And every time, we're like losing our shit. Like, now we have to draft quarterbacks now because he's taking all the good ones. And it was one of those things. And then we're like, wait a minute. This might be crazy, but it might work. Because now he's the best quarterback.
Leverage. He has the leverage too.
Like, what are we gonna do? Not play Lamar Jackson? Like, come on. Like, I'm like, hey, I have fucking Ryan Tannehill as my quarterback. Can I have Lamar Jackson, please? But he had no skill players, but he had all the quarterbacks.
But there's always those like sleeper skill players. You could have picked up.
No, it was just
that's a strategy. We'll get all the best quarterbacks.
I used to do always get a rookie. I always get like a rookie player, like someone like a big name rookie. Like I got RG3 years ago. Won me my fantasy league because he came out of nowhere.
One year, I got Peyton Manning the year he came back with the Broncos. He had 55 touchdowns. He won me the league by just fucking being Peyton Manning. Dude. Just like destroyed everything.
My fantasy team's kind of ass this year. I think I'm just also going through like the podcast depression. Like my fantasy league, I'm like kind of like I don't care. I started a dynasty league where like we're like doing like you get players and like this is your team for a while and you can trade picks like and shit like that. We go like I traded somebody for like 2 first-round picks for next year. I think I traded Kyle Pitts for like 2 first-round picks from next year and like his first-round pick from like 2 years from now.
I've never done that.
We're trying it. The league name is literally insert league name here. And this guy, Philip Gatofamo, shout out his alumni, shout out to Philip. And then fucking he set up, he's like, hey, do you want to do this? He's like, I don't know what I'm doing, but like, do you guys want to do this? I'm like, fuck it. Like, I'm nothing better to do. You know, like I'll do this shit. Like, yeah, like I said, I need more guy friends. Please hit me up. You know? And like, yeah, I feel like having guy friends as an adult is fucking hard. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Like, no, I have my friends from like high school, but everyone's fucking busy, bro. Like, some people have fucking kids or they're doing this, and you know, it's definitely
yeah, and like especially like
you don't even, and especially with the whole the last 2 years where people didn't want to hang out.
Right?
Everything's just been weird.
Like no, like I like one of my best friends. Like every week, like I'm off. Like I'm available most weekends. He's out of town visiting his girlfriend. Out of town most weekends. Another friend just moved up to fucking Northern California to go trim weed for 4 months.
Yeah.
And then like my best friends are my brothers, and one of they both just moved out to Vegas. Living with my parents. They're like, come live in Vegas. I'm like, I don't want to fucking live in Vegas. Fuck that shit. I ranked every NFL city on my podcast, and last was fucking Las Vegas.
Why?
Because the joke was
Jacksonville, like, bro.
Jacksonville was like up there a little bit because I was like, like fuck it. And Vegas was last. I made the joke. Vegas is a trash city. On top of it, you know, it's Vegas. And then the big joke was like my parents live in Vegas, so last. You know, visiting your parents is weird as an adult. Like I love my parents.
Have you ever gone to Vegas without telling them that you were going to Vegas just for fun?
Not yet. Don't tell them. They were like, are you coming tomorrow for your birthday? I'm like, no. I'm like, I love you guys, but I have work still. Like, you know, I requested off one job.
They should come to you for your birthday.
Yeah, mom and dad. What the fuck? Yeah, that would be a great gift. Hey, do you spend all your money on gas to come out and visit us, Dominic? No, I don't, because my car guzzles gas.
Hey, fucking Palm Springs to Vegas, it's like $50 round trip on the plane.
That is true.
It's cheaper than driving because you spend the same money on gas, but you save like 4 hours.
And you can get drunk.
Yeah.
No, it's like okay, like my parents are listening, so that's fine. Sorry, guys. Yeah. I doubt my parents are listening.
I'm send that shit.
No, it's like one of those things. Like yeah, like I'll probably send my parents a link to this, and they'll listen like 20 minutes. I doubt. Mom and Dad, if you're listening, text me. You listen to this far, please text me. Tell me you listen to this far. I should make like a code or something. Boogie Nights. Mom and Dad, if you listen this far, Boogie Nights. Text me Boogie Nights and I'll know. Anyways, Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's just, it was like I have work, fucking school, and then I'm like, my parents are like, we're going to have drinks tonight. I'm like, I'd much rather. Like, you know, like, I'm like, hey, with my friend, like, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I know my family's going to be there for me. You know, like, I told my brother, like, I told him, it's me and my brothers versus the world. Like, at the end of the day, I have my
family
brothers.
First, yeah.
Family first. Well, not all the time. You know,
depending on the family.
But, like, you know what I mean? Like, I know my parents love me. I know my brothers love me. I would do anything for my brothers. So my parents are in town. I'm going to visit them. But it's one of those things, going out of town to visit my parents is a whole different scenario.
It's a whole you got to plan that out like months in advance.
Exactly.
Work,
I'm like, yeah, can I afford to take this time off of work?
Yeah.
You know? Because then you're like, get there, you're like, hey, can I have money to go back? I don't have any money, please. Yeah. And also, they're in Vegas. I don't want to spend money in Vegas.
That's true.
I did tell them they're smart, though, for moving to Vegas because the city.
Do they live close to the strip or no?
Not too bad. Like, I think like a 15-minute drive. It's like if I go to Vegas, then I'm depending who I'm with. If I'm by myself, which I think going to Vegas by yourself is kind of like cokehead shit. Like, you know, like, but if I went,
you're gonna have a good time this weekend.
Oh yeah, dude. But like, it'd be weird. Like, I could sleep. Like, if I went to a Raiders game, I'd sleep on my parents' couch.
Oh, for sure.
You know, it's close enough. But like, if I'm going with like a bunch of guys, I'm like, hey guys, mom's making sandwiches in the morning. Like, you know, like, yeah, I think my parents would gladly let me stay there with a bunch of guys. But also, I'm like, hey, I don't want my mom to see me fucking snort everything. You know, Mom, I'm not doing coke, Mom. I swear.
She's listening to this shit, bro.
Dude, I'm gonna fucking text my parents like, you know, my dad.
It's all jokes. He's a comedian.
I'm a comedian.
We're just saying shit. We're just saying shit to say
talking shit, dude. My dad texted me one time. He's like, you know, you should stop cussing on your podcast. You want to make it kid friendly. I'm like, fuck them kids, dude. Like, I love my parents. My parents are really nice. My parents mean well.
I don't believe in kid friendly shit. I feel like you're just censoring shit when it's like, I don't know.
The worst thing, censored music.
Oh my god.
Because like, we don't censor art. Like, we'll allow tits and like an art piece. Like, you know, like, hey, this is like in a textbook. But if we're gonna play wet ass pussy on the fucking radio and bleep every other fucking word,
it just ruins the experience.
It's insulting my intelligence. It's honestly like seeing like an ad for the Super Bowl.
I've done where like something's in the radio is playing fucking, then I'm like, you know what, fuck this. I play the radio song.
It's like, yes. You're like, you know, I like the radio sometimes because I'm like, yes, show me music I forgot about or show me new music. But also I'm like, this shit sucks. Like, it's the same song. Yeah. And then it's bleeped. I'm like, you even say like, you know, like,
oh, you don't know it's bleep. You don't know it's bleep because you're not paying attention that it's the radio and you're trying to sing along and there's like a different word. You're like, what the fuck?
Dude, I remember there was one when I was a kid, like you hear the song on the radio and then like you discover it by yourself, like before, like when you had to download on like LimeWire,
Aries, yeah.
I did FrostWire. That was my shit, dude. I gave my computer so many viruses down. Like,
all the time.
Shit, it was so chaotic. And like, you know, people are like, you know, I don't like the streaming music because it's not the same. Like, it's so easy. It's so fucking easy. Why would it's just so simple?
I was like that with movies.
Oh, dude,
I was not a snob, but I used to do a lot of movie reviews, and I would buy Blu-rays or like I used to have a Blu-ray collection. I still have it, but it's like
I think I remember seeing that, and I was thinking
I used to post on Instagram a lot, and I was like, nah, I gotta watch it on the DVD. It's like an experience,
right.
But over
like
time,
vinyl, it's like vinyl.
It's kind of like people still do that,
yeah.
But it's just like it's so much easier to just fucking stream it and change the fucking thing.
Oh,
it's so much faster. You know?
Like, it's weird to think every song is on that fucking thing right there.
Oh yeah,
but it's not. It's not on it, but it is on it. You know,
it makes it easier.
Technology is weird. Like, I saw someone say like the way a vinyl record works and how the science behind it is way more complicated than just every song being on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, that makes more sense to me than a vinyl. I'm like, what? How's the song compressed into it? Like, how the fuck does that work? You know, like,
yeah, that little needle makes it play.
Exactly. I'm
you gotta flip it over for the next song.
I'm so stupid. Like, that shit does not make any sense.
It sounds cool though. Like I've heard like.
Oh, if I had
you play that shit on
if I had disposable income, I'd have if I had
the little scratch noises. It just there's something to it. It feels cool.
You're a huge hip hop guy, right?
Yeah.
Did you watch the hip hop evolution thing on Netflix?
No.
I was watching it.
I know what it is, but I didn't watch it.
I was watching it, and it was really cool. Like, back when they were talking about like the 70s and the DJs like scratching the records and like the mind power. Like, these guys have like a learning disability, obviously, because it's just such a level of thinking of how to break and like how to stop it and start it and like blend the music together. I'm like, dude, this is like 8D chess right now. It's so advanced for mine. I'm like, just play it, just please. Like, I'm just like, play the music. Yeah. But they're like constructing it and it's so intense. And I'm like, dude, these guys are insane. These guys are like fucking no, it's like they're geniuses, but if you like according to the school works, these are high school dropouts. Yeah. But they're fucking geniuses on a different sense. You know, like it's so insane. Like it's like I wish I knew how to like.
Yeah, I don't know shit.
I wish I was musically talented. If I could rap, I would totally put a rap album out. But I can't. I can't.
Have you tried it?
Dude, back in high school, I used to write
the beat down.
Dude, do not drop a fucking beat. I swear to God, I will walk out of this podcast right now. No, I used to like write the raps down to like, I would like get an Eminem beat and like rap over it and like to myself. And I played it back and I'd be like, delete. Like no one will ever see this ever again.
Yeah, music's cool. I've always wanted to play an instrument, but when I was in school, like for some reason I was always into video production type shit. So in middle school I did broadcasting.
Right.
Like that was my art.
So fucking cool. That's so cool.
So instead of doing like playing the flute or some shit, but looking back, it's like, well, I'm glad I did that. But that's why I'm doing this type of shit. But it's like I don't know how to read a music note. I wish I learned that type of shit.
Right. Like
like guitar. I wasn't gonna play guitar.
I wish I learned how to play piano. If I could learn piano, would be sick as fuck. It looks like just like sexy. Like seeing like just get down. I'm like, oh, that's sick. It's like that's so sick. But like when I was in middle school, I like did the video production class and shit. I was like, nah, dude, I'm playing sports. Man, I'm fucking cool. Like I'm like, look where I'm fucking at now.
Because you had to have media, some kind of. Or some people did like drawing or art.
I did. I did theater in middle school, and I'm so stupid. When I was in high school, I was a dumb jock. I'm like, nah, those guys are fucking lame over there.
And you're playing football.
I was like, I'm the fucking quarterback, dude. I'm the shit. And now I wish I could go back and try theater because I think
Me too.
I think now I'm a comedian and I would love to do acting. Like if you have a movie, put me in it, please. Like like it's just so like you look back, you're like I was such a fucking dick. Like why?
You should have done theater. You should have done like a music class.
This like
film class.
What he's doing blows my mind. I could like I've tried I've heard like a good way to record a podcast is GarageBand. I opened the GarageBand on my MacBook. I'm like I can't fucking do this. Like this is too much. I need to like record, play, and like I pay like I don't know how you put this up, but like mine I use like Captivate, which I pay $20 a month, and they put it up on Spotify for me
for all the streams. I use Podbean.
Podbean,
so the same thing. I think mine's like 14 something.
Right, and
it distributes it to all the shit.
So I was like, why are you paying for that? I'm like, because it's fucking easy. Because they just give it to them and they do all the hard stuff for me.
Yeah, because you could do that. I think Anchor is like a free one, but then you got to do everything manual.
I'm like, nah.
I just pay the same shit too.
Yeah. Some guy in Asia will do it for me, please.
There's a website called Fiverr. I always promote Fiverr.
Oh, dude,
the best.
I need one of them to make a logo because my logo for my podcast is a picture of me. But it's also like I'm not dedicated to my name of the Spread It Out podcast because I think like it's kind of weird. I love it, but because it is weird, but I also want to change it because like I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I had an idea for the Spread It Out podcast, I thought it was funny, and then I'm like, this is dumb. And then I'm like, I changed it to the I Love Football podcast. I'm like, this is dumb. And then I changed it back to the Spread It Out podcast. I'm like, this is now dumb. And now I'm like. I thought about doing the Dominic Houghton football podcast or Dominic Houghton loves football. I think that'd be cool. But also someone said like, nobody knows who you are, Dominic. Nobody gives a fuck about your opinion. I don't have an opinion. I'm not like if like fucking Bill Burr did a football podcast, it's one of those weird, like calling your, like, like it's weird. Like branding is weird to think about when you're like trying to build yourself.
Just do, your name could be cool, but then the Dominic Loves Football podcast, that shit sounds cool because if someone's scrolling, they're not gonna be like on your name. The most important would be the name of that episode. So it's like
that is true.
Chargers fucking came back and won, reaction, whatever.
Right.
Or like week 17 recap. As you post that shit,
dude, it takes me so long to write like the description of like the podcast without sounding corny because I always feel like I sound like corny as
like
shit.
All fake and shit.
Like or like a caption for an Instagram post. Half the time I'm like fuck it, like no caption. Like, who gives a shit? Like who's here for the caption?
Exactly. Like I feel the same way. It's like. I just don't want to feel fake. Like I'm writing something and it's like, sometimes I just post whatever I'm actually thinking without thinking of like a PR way to fucking post.
Right.
Like I read other people's captions and you that shit's just.
Oh, you're like, dude, I know you fuck face. Like you're not
like that's not or like. Even the wording they use, like that sounds so fake.
Like you can tell, like your mom must follow this Instagram because you're not fucking posting that shit. You know what I mean? Like that's not how you talk, dude.
Exactly, and it's like there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, whatever people post, whatever they want to post, but it's
like I don't care what people post. I post whatever the fuck I want. Like I'll post. my Instagram, like the little dots on the stories look like that. Just from posting memes and fucking songs I'm listening to today. I don't care. Like, who cares? But also, I'm such an asshole. I judge. I will never be outright and be like, oh yeah, did you see that one guy's fucking post? Blah 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 blah. Blah. But in my mind, I'm like, this fucking loser. You know, or like just that inner like.
Or like some motherfuckers that post like 1,000 things on their story. I'm like, skip. I'm not even gonna go through their thing.
Me, you asshole, dude. It's just like I'll post like a meme, fucking song.
For me, I stopped posting. Kind of what I do is I'm always just sharing.
Dude,
I share people's things.
I'll share like a cool photo, like just vibes. You know? I use
before
more.
I used to be more like, oh, I'm doing this or oh, I'm here, but it's like
most of them I'm at work.
Who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
I'm oh, here's some construction shit. I don't know. Here's some other construction shit. I usually, even when I do podcasts, I don't know. Like, I feel like I struggle with like self promotion. So I'll be doing.
You feel like an asshole. You're like who get like.
But if you tag me, I'll share it to my story. I got tagged into this thing because it feels like everybody come watch the shit I'm doing, even though I should. But then it's like I get in my own head.
Like with supporting comedy shows, it's like come out to the show. I don't care if you don't come out. Like, I'm not holding against you if you don't come out.
Exactly.
Angel, you should come out to a comedy show. But also, if you don't, I don't care.
I've hit you up before. Do you never fucking hit me up? I told you I've been wanting to watch you for a while, bro. I should. I want to do not produce, but go record you with. I have like this fucking long lens.
Fucking come out, dude. Saturdays Hood Bars. Saturdays with the Hood Bar would be the best one because we have the best crowd then. Because it's like
just let me know what time you're gonna perform and I'll fucking do it.
Fucking what's it called? I will let you know, dude. Whatever. Let me know what Saturday works for you and we'll fucking set something up.
Yeah. But I'm down to help you like do some. That way you could post that on YouTube, or at least to learn from, you know what I mean?
It was funny though, because like at the open mic, anybody can go up, right? And then this boss I have, he went up, and he's like, he works for the Y. He's like a local guy, legend. Like, and all these people who I've known for years went to watch him do stand up for the first time last Sunday. And I went like, I have to go before this motherfucker. I have to open for him. Like, if I go after him, everyone's gonna like you can't follow him. He just he's talks all the time at camp. He's like a little face of camp. He's like fucking cool ass dude. And then I went up on stage. I'm like, fuck you guys. I've been doing stand up for years. 90% of you motherfuckers haven't come to one show. This motherfucker does it one time. Everybody comes from out of town to come watch this guy.
That's crazy.
But it's like, I don't hold it against you if you don't go. I could care less. I would like you to go. I would like for all my friends to go. But it's like, I understand. You don't have to come watch me. I'm not going to hold it against you if you do.
Yeah, nah. That's the thing is, the same thing with like social media. Like, I'll post videos and shit. I don't even, it's like, do you share? I don't want to be pushy with my friend. Like, if they want to watch it, they know I'm making the content.
Right.
I'm not going to be like, hey, here's my latest video. And I don't want to feel pushy. Like, I'm just going to keep making my content. Keep making this, keep making that.
I'd rather people who don't know me start following.
And it's always people that don't know you, the ones that are fucking hit. Oh shit, that shit was cool, bro. Right. And like your friends don't even give you feedback. And
exactly.
It's like, but I don't hold that against them because they're busy their own lives.
Oh no, and like the thing is, like, you don't want to use your friends, but like, you know, like I have the friends. I'm like, I'll mention like on my podcast. I'm like, do you listen to my podcast? They're like, no. I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like, it's like no big deal, you know. But it's like when I find out I have a friend who's a football fan who doesn't listen. I'm like, come on, man. Come on, dude. But there's literally friends who like literally the shit I talk about to them will just go on to the podcast about me talking about football because I'll like, you know, I have a friend I'll send football memes to, and then we'll talk about it. Like we were talking about fucking something. I was like, okay, football guy, why do they wear gloves? Why does every player on the field wear gloves for football?
Why do they wear gloves?
Yeah.
As far as like linemen, just because, or is this a joke or what?
No, it's just okay. I can't do this. I can't do this on stage because like it's one of those things like only football players would like get it. But like if catch the ball, if every person has a hard time catching the ball, why not just make the ball easier to catch? You know, like they changed the game to make the ball easier to throw, but now everybody's wearing gloves. Every person except the quarterback and the kicker.
Yeah.
Like if you don't wear gloves, you look hard as fuck or you suck. You know, like you always see the one kid out there in high school practice the first day without gloves on. You're like,
just on, yeah.
You're like, oh, dude.
Or like, what was that cornerback that played for the Rams and then the Baltimore Ravens? The controversial one.
Oh, Marcus Peters.
Yeah. With no socks.
Oh yeah, like he looks dorky. He looks like
he looks like this fool that's just no socks, just going to tackle.
Oh, dude, the best. You see, like especially going to high school. Where we went to high school, like in the same town. We're like, oh, you got guys like you don't even have cleats, bro. Like you got no socks.
They have soccer cleats.
The soccer
kids,
cleats.
The kids are showing
soccer cleats look cool as fuck though.
Yeah.
In the right sense, they look cool as fuck. But like, yeah, it's like I don't know. I just think it's weird. I just thought I was thinking about the other day. I'm like, gloves are weird. Because like I saw like like they didn't wear gloves back in the day, and then someone wore gloves, and now everybody fucking wears gloves.
Well, it's because they do have that fucking the grip. They fucking make crazy
make
catches.
the ball easier. Yeah. It's one of those. It's one of those. I'm like, this is weird. Like like if you don't wear
that trend that was like the one that makes the picture.
Oh, that was
the biggest trend. Everybody had
high school.
Those.
Fuck yeah, dude! Like make
the whatever team it was.
Like so white.
It makes a whole fucking like thing.
Dude, I remember like some high schools got like the Adidas deal. Our high schools did not get that shit. We had the Russell uniforms.
Russell, yeah.
Dude, I remember like somebody like when I was in college, like, our high school was sponsored by Adidas. I'm like, oh shit. Like I would go out with Adidas gloves, Nike cleats, like fucking mismatched shit.
Oh, everybody did. Yeah,
dude, it's like it's just fucking.
I love wearing the bands, like the double bands and shit.
I love seeing like the meme.
I wouldn't wear gloves during games.
See, like a lineman without gloves, hard as fuck.
So what I would do, I would tape every finger.
That's
so I had like the old school one because it's easier to hold like that.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't hold with gloves. Like
you're holding every play.
Every play. Fuck yeah, bro. We hold every play. So it's like here you could actually get into the pads because your fingers get in there. So that's why you got a broken finger. But the lineman gloves, which is so like they make them all padding, bro. Like
so your fingers
pushing,
bro.
Bend back. Like, you can't. Yeah,
so it's like all just like this.
You're just like pushing, and that's just not the way. So like, especially for a reach block, like there's an outside run or something, you got to get in there or like take over for the center because I was a guard. That grip, bro. Like I needed that grip, and then the tape was just for like the hit. So whenever they would hit me, like I wouldn't.
Did you like right guard or left guard more?
Left guard.
Left guard?
Because I was left tackle in high school.
Ah, okay.
So I started left tackle, and then I went to left guard.
Was Indio good when you were there?
Yeah, so 2009, we had fucking probably the best team in the desert.
Wait, what was that guy's name? Oh, fuck. Running back. Rajim.
Best fucking
dude,
beast,
that guy was a legend. What's he up to?
Shit, I don't know now, to be honest. Dude. He graduated 2 years before me, but he was amazing. It was him, and then Robert Hartfield was the quarterback.
Oh, yeah,
the best offense in the league.
When I was at Xavier my freshman year, the coach at Xavier was like their uncle or something. And they used to come to practice, and like I was 4'11", 95 pounds my freshman year.
Yeah,
that's a man. He's bigger than I am.
He had scholarships to go to Boise State when Boise State was like a top school. He had scholarship. He didn't have no grades. Regime, I don't know his story why he didn't go to college, but dude, we had so much talent that year.
Dude,
2010 we had a badass team, and we ended up losing every game by like a touchdown or like
that sucks.
It sucked, bro. And then my senior year, we had like 11 seniors in the whole team, so we fucking got smashed. And we had a new coach who didn't care about us. Like he wanted to develop the next because it was a new coach, and we had 11 seniors. So he's like the whole team's underclassmen. So he's like, oh, I want to develop them.
That sucks.
So like we had like 6 seniors started. So it was like our quarterback, a couple receivers. On the line, I was the only senior on the offensive line, and then on defense we had a couple seniors, but everyone else was like sophomores and juniors.
Right.
We just got our ass beat.
That sucks.
And then our coach, the 2009 coach, since we had such a good team, he's like, oh, I want to start scheduling better teams. So every 2 years they change the schedule. So our senior year, we ended up playing the which is Murrieta. No, not Murrieta. It was Chaparral, which had just won CIF.
Oh yeah, they were
D1 CIF champions, and we fucking played them in their homecoming.
And
their homecoming game, bro.
And that was embarrassing.
In over there in Temecula, and we drove there. We lost 65-0. They broke school records, but the quarterback had like 500 yards, dude, like 7 touchdowns. That's the worst.
We played,
dude. I swear, we walked up there because I also played D line. I was better on offense, but like I had rotate. It was a small school.
Right.
Fucking when the fucking linemen, bro, they showed up. I was like, oh shit! Dude, like they're all like 6'4" white dudes. I was like,
first quarter, like, can I fake an injury?
We're gonna get fucking murdered. Like we couldn't fucking stop the run.
That's the word. I remember one time. This is so funny because I was when I first started playing football, I did not know what I was doing. I was like, oh, I'm just like fucking here. Like I used football as like I'm gonna get stronger and faster for baseball. Like I knew it was like
baseball was your shit. Yeah,
baseball was my shit. And then I realized I'm not good at baseball. I was better at football. So I was a receiver and a corner on my team my sophomore year at Shadow Hills. We just opened up. We're brand new. Yeah. I was like fucking third on the depth chart for fucking everything. I was on kickoff, and we were getting our asses tapped one time. We were getting blown out. My coach comes up. He's like, Dominic, pick up all these water balls so no one trips. It was like the fourth quarter. We get blown out by like 45. And I was like, what'd you just fucking ask me? Like, no. And I walked away. I was like, I don't even pick these fucking water balls up. Like, dude, fuck that guy. He's cool though.
So that one of the reasons too, we didn't have. You guys stole a lot of our players. So half the roster played at Indio their freshman year, and then they opened sophomore. They all left.
Oh yeah, there was a bunch of guys like fucking. I know exactly.
The twins, the linemen, they were twins.
Oh, Marco Polo.
Yeah,
those guys. They were like some of my best friends in high school. They were so
those fools were linemen in Indio. Zeke, fucking all kinds of.
Zeke's Zeke's
a coach right now.
Yeah, he's a coach.
He asked me. He wanted me to be part of the staff.
What?
But I
what
don't
the fuck,
time.
Zeke? You didn't? Did he ask me? He might have asked me.
I just didn't have time. No, but it's like even his dad was a coach at Indio too.
Oh yeah.
So it's like all those fools. As soon as a shadow opened, we lost like half of the freshman class. They just left. So it's like, are we already depleted in numbers because all the good players would go to LQ? Mm-hmm. So now we lost all the good players to LQ and Shadow, so we got left with like.
And then the Shadow was like weird because we got like not the starters from Indio. We got like the people who were like, I could be a starter. I would have been a backup at Indio, but now I'll be.
But it's that depth though. It's like over the years.
Oh yeah.
And then everyone wants to go to a new school too. It's like, it's a new school. Let's go to Shadow.
Especially like with Indio and Shadow, there's like that weird like I don't want to say gang activity, but like kind of like some kids are like I'm gonna get out of Indio before I get fucking beat up. You know?
And then also her Indio was they started remodeling in 2012.
Oh, that's right.
So it's like, am I gonna go to school when they're fucking in the middle of remodeling, or go to the brand new school?
I would suck.
Yeah.
I honestly like thinking about like Palm Desert and Indio. I was like, dude, that would kind of suck to be there like when in the middle, like, hey, our school's fucking not done yet. Like like half the school we came and go.
The years after that, like. It was after I graduated, but all those fools like just went.
Have you been to the new campus?
Yeah, when I coached, it was brand new. Oh my god, fucking looks like a college, dog. Dude. It's better than COD and shit.
Dude, like have you seen the Shadow Hills Stadium? Shadow Hills Stadium has a nice stadium.
Fuck yeah,
it's like one of those ones. Like damn.
Yeah.
I remember like when I was in New Mexico, like people were like, oh, this is my high school stadium. I'm like, that kind of looks like shit compared to my high school stadium. And they're like, oh, let's see it. I'm like, all right, fucking pull it up. And they're like, god damn, I'm like shit.
Yeah, stadium's nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have a good team right now, but okay. Dom, I think that's it. We're gonna wrap it up.
We can talk all night, dude. We have to do this again, man.
It's 10:30. I don't know how long we've been going for, but it's been fucking amazing.
Dude, fuck yes.
I want to have you again. Maybe.
How much?
2 hours and 30 minutes.
What?
2 hours and 30 minutes.
Fuck yeah, dude. Let's do, dude.
I didn't know you were gonna go that long.
Dude, we could go all day.
I could keep going, but I gotta work early tomorrow. So
see.
But anyway, where could people find your stuff?
People can find me on social media at Dome Houghton, DOMEHOUGHTON. That's for personal Instagram. For my business Instagram, it's at Dom's Not Funny on Instagram, at Dom's Not Funny on Twitter. OnlyFans coming soon. I'm not. No, I'm just kidding. Venmo, if you want to send me money, at Venmo DHoughton14. Let's see what else I got. If you Venmo me $20, I'll mail you a t-shirt.
The podcast
at Spread Out Podcast on everything. Not really. I don't know. I might change the name of it. So look for Spread Out Podcast. I promote it on my socials. Follow me.
Maybe a Chargers podcast.
Podcast coming soon, probably. Maybe. 2026. Let's go. Dude, thank you for having me, dude. It's been a pleasure, dude.
We'll do it again. Once I get the new setup, I'll get you in
fucking call me, please. This is awesome.
Or maybe I'll help you produce your show, bro.
Let's fucking do it, dude.
That was my goal for this place, to start helping people produce their shit.
Fuck yeah.
Unfortunately, got an end of the month. But anyway, okay, thank you guys for watching.
Great.
Thank
you for having me. Thank you.